you know, vats of goo or radiation storm or Zambi, yeah. But like, man, you could just... I can't wait till Fallout 5. It's gonna be good. I bet there was one person, it was the dude who brings the sandwiches or someone. The one Zoomer that's into like retro games. They're like an intern, they're like 19 and they're really into retro games because of their uncle or whatever, and so they've played the first Fallout.
Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Or did you have something to discuss? Good. Let's take a look. If I'm reading this right, it appears that the NCR's grip on this region is nowhere near as firm as I thought. I'll have to review these in detail, but these reports have given me much to think about. Thank you, Outsider. You've become someone I can count on, so I believe I can share something rather confidential with you. The device that creates the sandstorms above, that masks our comings and goings, was only intended to be used in case of emergencies. It was never meant to be used
It's a
with
curse
any
for past
regularity.
sins. He has to be
Many
surrounded by
other
people
systems here were not designed
high
to accommodate
off their
such
own
usage.
retardation, ruining a
particular,
franchise he
the
loves, and
air
all
filtration system
he knows
simply
is
cannot
ham,
handle the
cheese,
quantity of
bread,
sand
and
grit that it's
heartache.
been forced to cope with these last few years.
Oh.
As a result, the system is failing, albeit slowly. I'm told we have a scant few months before it shuts down completely. Should that happen, it will quickly become impossible to breathe here in the bunker. Already the air quality begins to slightly worsen. I would like you to find the components we need to fix this bunker's air filtration system. I cannot overstate the importance of this task.
I just want these games to be good again.
He's the one who brought the matter to my attention.
But I know that that's too much to ask.
Person who is aware of it.
Is there any series of games that is like... I'm trying to think if there's any series of games that is like currently ongoing that are not like where I think it's like it's just going to be a travesty. Like what is out there that is like I can't think of anything that it's like if they say like they're making a new entry in this game, I would go, wow, I'm looking forward to that. I would be like, no, it's gonna be shit. Like, I would like it to be good, but like I'm not expecting it to be good. A Fallout anthology show would be good if it was handled with care. A straightforward retelling of the first game would work really well as a first series if it's already a relevant story. Yeah, I honestly think if it like something like that, where it's like, we're going to do the first 2 seasons of Fallout, and it's going to be just Fallout 1 and 2. And it's like, the first season is going to be all of Fallout 1, and the second season is going to be all of Fallout 2. It could be like really good. I'm thinking of something like very... See, the thing is that it would be difficult to do because all of the new fans of the games and the shows, or the new fans of like the Bethesda stuff, they think it would all have to be like haha funny. And the first Fallout game is like pretty deathly serious. And so I'm thinking of something like very dramatic where like, maybe not dramatic, but very like serious, where like the first episode, and also a thing where bleak as fuck, yes, bleak, where I'm thinking like the first episode is literally like, you start it like the game. You have the Chosen One, the Vault Dweller, wrong game, and he's like leaving the vault, the Overseer has told him what he needs to do, and like the first like 5 minutes is him fighting giant rats in a cave, you know, and like he gets to Shady Sands, maybe like, you know, stuff like that, maybe Vault 15, like very quiet, not a lot of talking when not needed. He's not going to be like, he's not going to be Lucy, is what I'm saying. He's not going to talk to himself. He's not going to like, you know, he's going to like a lot of more sort of just like emotive acting where it's like you can see that he's thinking in his head or whatever. And that, like, you know, if he's talking to a human, he'll talk to a person, but it's not going to be like a chatterbox. FromSoft games, maybe. Zelda, I don't know. I don't know enough about Zelda personally. I know that the Switch titles were very... The Switch titles were the Breath of the Wilds. They were very contentious with certain fans. I personally liked them enough, but I wouldn't be the best person to ask. Fallout show kill everything independent Vegas ending shows basically. Fallout show kill everything independent endings. Vegas ending for season 2 is basically what the show did. It killed everything. Like I'm of the opinion that Fallout 1 didn't happen anymore in the canon because it just doesn't make any sense. The Master is such a giant retard that he missed 3 vaults right next door to his main base of operation. So in my opinion, the Master didn't happen. Or there's like I can't wait for like they're not even gonna address it. What am I thinking? Even Yakuza happened. I'm saying, like, oh god. Okay, so Fable. Speaking of new games that are like or continuations of series, Fable. So they released the like a trailer, a 10-minute like development trailer of the game a day or two ago, and they following that up. It was it was something that like I can't believe they're gonna put this in the game. There are going to be in the game of Fable, not just in the trailers like it looked. In the yes, there are going to be the office style like cutaways and like interviews and like talking to the camera shit in the Fable game, in the new one. And I'm like, oh my god, you should not be allowed to write anymore if you're a millennial. Yeah. They're gonna do like cutaways and like character turns to the camera and like winks kind of shit. Jim makes fucking what's his face Dwight act like a moron and then he smiles at the camera. Cut to interview where character goes, I did that, with like a smug look.
Hmm? Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, senior knight and general handyman.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, they wanted to do. I did that. Yeah, I heard like the character with like a stupid face being like, "I did that," and then it cuts back. You know, they're fighting over who left fish in the microwave or some shit. I heard them say there's no objective good or evil in the game, and I clocked right the fuck out. Yeah, I do find that funny when the entire first 3 games were all about like very, very, very black and white, objective, good and evil, and that was oh god, what was it? And it's like you do realize I'm so looking forward to what their idea of morally gray is, but also it's like I want to ask one of these devs. So if my character, you don't think that there's objective good or evil in the game? If my character goes up to a random citizen in like Bowerstone or whatever and just kills them, like just they're like the fucking shopkeeper, and I just like stab them to death, is that good or evil, or is that morally gray to you? Like it's so whenever anyone says, oh, there's no such thing as objective good or evil, like in our, it's like, okay, so if I like, you know, if you just like stab someone to death randomly, is that good or evil? You know, like, you know, if I do that in the game, is that bad? Also, yeah, White Mouse, yes. Macaulay Culkin was in the Fallout show so far for only 1 episode, and then that's it. And there's only 2 episodes left. He'll probably show up in the last episode, and he'll get, like, exploded or something.
So now I'm going to have your death on my conscience, too? Great.
But that citizen has secrets you don't know, so you can't make a complete decision. Yeah, I'm sure.
You think you're the first person the Elders trusted with this? He sent 3 of our patrols out looking for those components, and they're all dead. I was the one who supplied the Elder with the location of possible sites where we could find the components, so their deaths are my fault.
No, not really.
And now it's your turn. Well, don't say you weren't warned. I won't take the blame when you die horribly, but I can tell you're getting impatient. The items I need to keep the system run.
What did you say, Plague? So it's a bunch of wank stains that only watch the American Office and Parks and Rec, yeah.
Or a differential pressure controller, a reverse pulse.
I don't like. I can't. I'm going to watch that Fable release from a distance and be really interested in like.
Those vaults were usually built much like these military bunkers.
I don't know. It's just gonna be fun.
Contractors and their constructions at times. I'll mark the vault's locations on your map. Best of luck to you.
I just can't stand the way that it. I can't. It's. it has like the same like look as like Avowed and Veilguard at a glance. I saw someone on Twitter, they put a screenshot from the Fable game, from Veilguard, and from Avowed, like one on top of another, and I'm like, oh my god, you could show this to someone and they would think it's the same game. Hate the good or evil talks, because people always deliberately refuse to define anything just to keep the crap flinging growing. Well, I think it's funny to make fun of someone who will make such a definitive statement with their game. Like, if you want to look a bit about it in their game, Fable is, like, famous for you had good and evil actions, you would gain good and evil points, and they would change the way that your character would look. If you became evil, you started to look like a fucking devil, like a demon. And it's like something that's been in like all their games is that sort of thing of like, oh, who do you let live? Who do you kill? Are you going to be good or evil? Selfish or selfless? Etc., etc. And it is like sometimes a little simplistic and sometimes a little bit extreme in the like, oh, are you going to bring your dog back from the dead, or are you going to like kill all these? Are you going to let these people live, or are you going to kill them all to bring your dog back from the dead? But like it was a thing in the game, and so like when you say like there's no objective good or evil, and it's like I don't think that I believe the devs when they say that, because like again, if I said to them, okay, if I kill a random innocent civilian in the game, is that good or evil, or do you consider that to not be objectively good or evil? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's like you could do that in tons of Fable. You could murder, you could just kill people senselessly. You know, you could turn off like the combat safety so you can just target anyone, and you can just beat the shit out of them. You know, like you can't tell me that like there's no good or evil. Like, what do you mean? Oh, right, I was in here already. I remember. I didn't finish this vault though because I knew that there's stuff, but I went in here to collect vault suits to give to the lady on the strip. Sorry, Chuddy, I'm the only one who defines what's good or evil. No, and it's like, okay, like, you know, if I say, like, again, you know, do you think that killing killing someone, like, killing an innocent civilian is good or evil? And it's like, in your game, and it's like, so, it's like, oh, it's evil, and it's like, is that objective? Is there going to be a time where it's okay for you to kill, like, you're not going to consider it evil to kill a civilian? Like, you know, what do you mean? I think it's going to be funny. Oh, right, we need the key, right? We need to open up the thing to go into the haha funny room. Well, we don't think we have to, but it would be fun. I remember, this vault is a good vault. This is a good vault. Ow. What was that? Is that you? I'm gonna blame Veronica. Veronica throwing herself one of the bombs? Yeah. Gotta put some of this stuff away. Also, I got this thing. It's a fucking... It's one of the fist weapons. One of the fisty weapons. Put that away. I'm like collecting all of the rare weapons or unique weapons even though I don't need them. Or I'm not even gonna use them. Differential pressure controller. Oh no, a rat. So I'm curious, I'm so curious for the end of the Fallout show when, I want to know, like, I can't wait it's going to be the Enclave. It's the Enclave is the real bad guys. Which I feel like the people are the writers of that show are retconning their own show in like real time. They're the first season, like, so many people made fun of like winning the game of capitalism by nuking the world and all this shit. And like the people made fun of that, and now there's clearly no plan. Yes, they are flailing. That's a good way to put it. They're just like kind of there's no plan. Much like many of the characters in the show. They're retconning things because it's like everyone hated, or not maybe not everyone, but like a lot of people clearly made fun of like, why are these people thinking they're gonna get rich by like blowing up the planet? That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, actually, guys, it wasn't that. It was the Enclave. The Enclave were pulling the strings. And it's like, okay, even if that is true, even if you make that true retroactively, all of those people there still agreed with blowing up the world. So even if the Enclave wasn't pulling the strings, they all said that they wanted to blow up the planet. You know, would they have done differently if the Enclave wasn't pulling the strings? Because you got to remember, none of those people know that the Enclave is pulling the strings technically. Barbara doesn't know. She was there being like, war never changes, let's blow up the planet. House doesn't know. The real House says that he doesn't know who it is. So those people, outside of any sort of influence, are like, yeah, we should nuke everything. You know? So I forgot Barb said the war never changed. Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, and also Rip Sinclair. Yeah, Rip Sinclair, the guy who in a way is like Sinclair is like also a sort of like Sinclair is in a way like a House-like figure too in a lot of ways. In that he like decided to devote all of his time to making the Madre essentially as like trying to make it as like a safe place for the war, especially for the person he fell in love with. It's sort of meant to be like all dedicated towards like Vera, and then they just made him a big fat guy who wants to also do evil things. He's a tragic figure. Yeah, he's a tragic figure. He was a guy who yeah, he you know, had his he cared about people, and yeah, he you know, he was so obsessed with Vera and like wanted her to be safe, and he had that sort of very sort of strong, almost naive love essentially used against him by, you know, Dean and by Vera. You know, Vera went along with it until she decided, you know, she kind of found a conscience. But like, you know, he's a tragic figure. You know, and you know, all of Big Mountain was all of the Madre was sort of used as like a testing ground, you know, despite but whatever, that's just depressing. No, yeah, definitely, yeah, you know, it's like, yeah, all the entries show that Sinclair was not an evil man, you know, and that, yeah, like, oh, like, there's fucking all this poison gas. It's like, well, fucking get us some suits, you know? He's not, like, sending them back down there to go, like, go fix things. It's like, oh, go get all these, you know, like, we're gonna put them in the suits. And then the suits themselves are issues, but that's not, like, Sinclair's fault, necessarily, you know? You know, Sinclair, I don't know. You read his fucking, like, last entries in the vault and how much he cared about trying to save Vera, but my capitalism bad.
Congratulations, Martyr. Your fantastic journey is only just beginning. Please proceed to the light. The light is calming and puts your mind at ease. Go to the light.
It's crazy how easy evil the big mountain fuckers are. Yeah, the big mountain. All of the scientists and nutters, like the big mountain is like. Big mountain are like, like, they're the think tank is almost as evil as the Enclave, if not as evil. They have, like, they're willing to do like the worst things.
Please sit in the chair. The show
Also, this vault is great. I remember first playing this and thinking this was so cool, and then I died.
Greetings, martyr, and welcome. If you're here now, it means you've been offered up as a sacrifice so that your vault can continue to thrive. Currently, you may be feeling sad or angry. Perhaps you never got to have grandkids, or to enjoy the pleasures of a fresh cigar. But march with your chin held high.
I do like how.
And remember that
I like how the idea is that they've been playing the same, like,
for some people,
pre-recorded message for hundreds of years.
for others, it might mean they will drive a race car or fly a rocket ship. And some of us are meant to forfeit our lives for the good of the people. Sure, it might not be as fun as driving a race car, but it's every bit as important. Let's take a moment to reflect on the moments that made your life worth living. Think about that time you kissed your steady girl for the first time under the bleachers at the big game. Or when you snuck out after
Or how
curfew to
specific
catch
these
that
slides
new
are.
flick that your parents wouldn't let you see because it was too scary. Boy, were they right. And who could forget when you met the love of your life? What a looker. These are just examples. Do you feel that feeling stirring in your chest as you think of these things? Good. What you are feeling is peace. You've led a great life. Living it has been its own reward. But it is only the beginning. Close your eyes now, and imagine what joys await you in the next life. The afterlife. Can you see them? Good.
I like how. Oh, they can shoot us through the doors! It's fine. We just take some drugs. I like how it wasn't just like, I don't know, fill the room with gas. It was shoot them to death with robots and turrets. Oh, Veronica, get up. It's not that bad. And then they just sweep the bodies into the side room. I'm as sad as I am at the state of fall, I'm so thankful to New Vegas and the originals. It's, yeah, they're there. It's just, you know what it is? If the new games and the show especially just left everything that came from 1, 2, and New Vegas alone, I wouldn't care as much. Because it's like, I would complain and be like, yeah, this stuff sucks. I want better from this series, but this stuff is still here and is good. But they're retroactively fucking up shit from 1, 2, and New Vegas. That's what I hate. You used to be able to, in the unpatched version of this game, you could... Uh-oh, what happened? What did I just do? You used to be able to, there was a bug here where every time you clicked override lockdown, you got like 1,000 experience. So you could just keep doing this in power level. So yeah, you learn that, oh, if you, I think it's like, oh, fuck, it's all sorted. There's so many notes in here, and it's all sorted by alphabetical. What was that even called? You learn that essentially that they were said that you have to destroy. They have to send one person every year to sacrifice, otherwise the entire vault would be destroyed, and that it was actually a test, and that if the real thing was that it was a test to see if they would make the right choice of not sending someone here to die, and if they do that, then the vault door would be opened, and they would be free to go as they please, and everyone in the vault, I think, killed themselves. Imagine if the show was about how the Brotherhood got to the East Coast and their slow transformation to what we see in 3. They would have all had have all the unused U.S. as their playground. But you see, we need to have vaults. We need to have a ghoul. We need to have all the iconography. That's too slow. Most people wouldn't know that like that was even a thing. I bet if you asked, yeah, they killed themselves all out of shame. Yeah. I bet even people who like Fallout 3 or 4. Like, they probably don't even think, like, oh, what do you mean, like, come from the West Coast? The Brotherhood was on the East Coast. Like, they probably wouldn't even know that. Like, they wouldn't even think of that. I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like the vast majority of people who love the Fallout show and who consider themselves Fallout fans, they have just played maybe Fallout 4 and a little bit of 76, and that's it. They played Fallout 4 on their Xbox or their PlayStation once, and that's it. You know, or they're people who love the show and then they played like a couple hours of Fallout 4 and that was it. And that's the majority of them. Oh, you can bring up someone and go, oh, you know, well, this person's like an old fan. It's like, yes, they're the exception, and they're also the people who are almost certainly like a shill. Or not even like, shill is the wrong word, because a shill implies that they're like trying to like sell you on it or something, or there's like, there are people who they're like the mindless fans, like the Fallout equivalent of like a Marvel fan. So a shill? I don't know if that's the right term. I don't know. Consumer. Kind of. There you go. If a shill is someone blindly loyal to a company, if that's, like, yeah, okay. If that's what that means by that, fine. Then yes, a shill. I think, like, yes, if you want to use more modern slang, the consumer is the thing. The people who are literally just, like, just consume it. Just, you know, it has the label on it. It says Fallout. You didn't like the Old World Blues? I know Old World Blues is not to everyone's taste. I completely understand it. It's not my favorite DLC either. Starting the DLC with a 25-minute conversation certainly was a choice. Both consumes it without any sort of deep thought. Yes. They don't actually care also if it like makes sense or if it's good or bad or whatever.
Good to see you. Alive, that is. Have you found all of the components yet?
Yes.
Really? I mean, that's great. I knew you could do it all along.
Is it still snowing out?
I'll get right to work installing
yeah,
these. Why don't you go tell the Elder the good news? I'm sure it'll be a huge load off of his shoulders.
So, if you don't know, if you're not from North America, a good part of Canada and the United States right now we're just being annihilated by snow. So, yeah. There's a lot of snow.
Back again, I see. Have you found all the components we need?
Yes.
Good news for a change. Your efforts have humbled me, outsider.
I've never
You
seen
have
snow
done
in
more
person,
than I could
can't relate.
expect,
It's bizarre to
even
me.
from my brothers. Moreover,
That's something
I've been
that's
going
weird.
over the scouts' reports and keep coming up with the same conclusion. The NCR is not the threat I've believed it to be. We should not have had to rely on your help in this crisis. I believed my actions were guided by caution and
There is
prudence.
so much snow right
And I now
now.
see the truth.
It's all
People called me
snow.
a
It's
hero
just
after
snow.
what
It's
happened at
snowing.
Helios.
Oh, God.
But I left that battle scarred by fear, and have allowed that weakness to govern my actions. That ends now. I will undo the wrong I have done my brethren and lift the lockdown. With luck.
Hasn't
we will
snowed in your
once
town
again
since the
flourish.
50s or something? Jeez.
Please, take this. It is a small token of my thanks. This key will allow you to...
Right, right. Yay, they love me in this bunker. You've gained the Hermit Helper perk. I did it. Hermit Helper. Staying unseen in power armor just requires a little practice and maybe a sandstorm or two. You gain 5 sneak while wearing power armor, and yet another 5 when standing still. Also get 10% reload speed, and negative 10 spread when using energy weapons, and 10 survival on your own. Neat. Is that it? That's it for the...
Welcome, outsider. Welcome. With the surface open... What?
Alright, that's it. I do not want to join the Brotherhood. I'm good. Oh god, I forgot there's so many loading screens before you get back out to the surface.
What's up?
What's it? New Vegas foreshadowed Starfield. Loading screen. Oh. Da 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 da. Starfield. That was okay. It doesn't work here. Where? What is it? Because there's enemies nearby? Yeah, Starfield was fascinating. I'm actually looking forward to playing more, just because I need to see more. I need to see more of Todd's magnum opus. This is the thing that he will be remembered when Todd Howard is dust. He will be remembered for Starfield. How many times do you think they're going to re-release Starfield on different platforms? Scatter Todd's dust on 1,000 empty planets.
Will service staying ready?
Ugh.
Will service staying
I don't need anything. It's not that bad. It's, you know, it's pretty bad. Yeah, that's that thing. Do you think they're like... Do you think Todd is like, oh fuck, when it comes to Starfield? I think Todd is like, oh no, we actually like shit. Imagine being a beta tester for Starfield. How can I imagine something that didn't exist? How can I imagine being a thing that wasn't real ever? It would take a very long, big stretch of the imagination. We'll really have to think that one. Be like, what would a beta tester for these games do? Where's the Brotherhood bunker? Each of the factions has like a silly little bunker. Where's the Brotherhood one? I feel like Todd would realize that it's like that they made a bad game. I don't think he would ever admit it, but I think Todd would realize it's northeast. Okay, I'll look again in a sec. I'll go to the NCR one first anyway. I think Todd wouldn't. I don't think he would admit it, or maybe not too strongly admit it. But I do think that I think that Emil would not. I don't think he would be able to admit it. I think Emil is a man who 100% gets high on his own farts. Like it's 100% like he thinks he's made an amazing game. Because you got to remember with Emil. You know, he's been doing stuff with Fallout, he did stuff with Elder Scrolls, but like Starfield was like his brainchild in terms of like the world and the like all the lore and shit. That was his like invention, and it's awful. And so, but like he probably thinks he's made the best stuff. Like it's so good. Oh, I don't have the rank. Okay, I guess I'm not high enough rank with the NCR. Oops. Shouldn't it be? It should be shaped like a Brotherhood thing. I guess I haven't found it yet then. I'm just gonna look where it is. New Vegas Brotherhood Safe House. I typed in safe horse. Where is it? Oh, okay. So good that most people... Oh, there it is. It's not even marked as a thing. Most people use it as a baseline to play a Star Wars overhaul. Yes. The Emil coming... Oh, hey. Emil coming up with the Starborn must have been a day of joy in the Pagliarillo household. Like, I cannot believe... Like, okay, so... That's a first draft name. That's like a first draft name that you use in-house to refer to it. Like, because ha ha ha, Starborn, you're getting dragon shouts. But then you actually think of like a better name because you already had a game where the protagonist was Blankborn. They were Dragonborn. Why would you use it again? What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't need any of this stuff. Well, we came here anyway. Like, why? Is there asleep? Nothing but placeholder name and concepts? Yeah. Placeholder. Oh. Like, you could have called it, like, I don't know, the star... Like, you don't have to have star. I know it's like, you don't have to have... What could, like, the stellar... The stellar ones, the star followers, the stellar... the chosen of the stars. I don't know, something. Cringe, yeah, I don't know. If you could have called them some... Let's go kill the powder gangers, fuck it.
Hey.
The Star Seeker. You know, the Star Fuckers, I don't know. I know we just keep putting star, but like... That guy is now spread across half the Mojave. Jesus Christ. Granted, I would not have, I probably would not have put space magic in my game anyway. If I was making that. Especially when it's just like, literally just, I don't know. Like, is like, does Bethesda have like a thing where it's like they have to recycle things? Where it's like, well, we have these Dragonborn powers back from Skyrim a decade ago. What if we just like put those into the new game? It's like, but why?
Hey! Found you. Ah. Thought hiding would save you?
They think referencing themselves is peak writing and a genuinely good decision. Missed all the stream because I've been shoveling snow. Well, see, here's the secret, is to just let yourself get buried in the snow and then deal with it when the snow actually stops. It proves that they need to stick with fantasy games and not stick their hand on Fallout. Well, they fucked up Elder Scrolls 2, so it's not even that. They're very environmentally conscious, recycled engine, plot, voice actors.
Come on. Maybe I'm just jumping.
Shovel the driveway before it snows.
They killed him. Got enough? They killed him.
Not the biggest fan you're not the biggest fan of Elder Scrolls, so you don't know what they do with the lore. I'm not the super Elder Scrolls lore master. I probably know more than most, but like, it's more so a case of just like, Skyrim is like so. It's, you know, it's not even necessarily like the lore as much as it is just like the simplification of systems in Elder Scrolls. You see it in Fallout too. But it's like it's also like a death by a thousand cuts of like, oh, so this school of magic is gone. This mechanic is gone. This is very simplistic how you can interact with things now. Like it's so, like the amount of like the Elder Scrolls like peaked at Morrowind, and mostly because of how much freedom the player was able to given to essentially do like whatever the fuck they wanted to do. With whether that be with magic, with exploration, with you know, interacting with NPCs, all of that stuff was just like, yeah, here you go, fucking do what you want, you know. And then it slowly became more restricted and more restricted, and then also the sort of, I guess you would say, the Elder Scrolls universe on a lore side, it became less and less interesting. Like, it became less and less fantastical. Like, there was, like, a lot of things in Elder Scrolls that was, like, especially in Morrowind. Like, Morrowind is praised because often of how much of an alien world it is. You're in this place, and it's filled with, like, these giant mushrooms, and these weird, all these fucking, like, weird... Crookbite was a menace? Yeah. All this, like, weird lore, all these fucking people, like... the Dark Elves are like, they're horrible. They're horrible people who worship the universe equivalent of demons, and they practice slavery like openly, most of them, and like there's all this, there's like, you know, and it's like stuff like they really dulled a lot of the edge of that world in progressive in the later entries. And it kind of sucks. Like, it's so weird where it's like, you look at, like, Skyrim, and, like, everything feels so... It feels so, like, why is this, like, almost, like, trying to be, like, a realistic... like a realistic fantasy world, but that just happens to have like magic and dragons. Everything's so like all the Nords are living in like fucking like thatched hut like houses and stuff like that. It doesn't feel fantastical. You know, you go to Morrowind and like they're living in like fucking like fucking mushrooms, and they're living in a giant the carcass of like a fucking giant crab. You know, all this sort of stuff, and then you go to Skyrim and they're all just like living in houses. You know, the Nords just feel like people. Like they're just like dudes. You know, where's like the sort of like they should be like well, disappointing. "200 years between each entry and nothing ever happens." Yeah. Cool. Truck. Oh, fuck, we missed it. God damn it. What is this memorial for again? I don't know. Oh. Ow. Got a shovel? I do not. This sign can't stop me because I can't read. Corn. Fucking desert dog assholes. Can't even see the other one. Oh, there it is. Not even gonna go in the cave. It's a cave. We almost discovered the entire map. It didn't actually take that long. Look at the map. It's almost full. We still have some quests to do as well. Fucking camp searchlight, Jesus. What is that airport at the bottom of the map? There's like no point in going there, right? There's like nothing there, right? Alright, so I'm gonna be honest. I have never been into this building. I have played this game 800 billion times. I have never gone in here. I never thought to do it. You've never... No, I do not know that there's a camera. It's just that it's like, it's so far down the strip in the base game. I just never... I never go down here. Ooh, what is this place?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello. Oh, hello, I am Michelangelo. How can I... wait. Are you here to deliver more billboard requests? Please tell me you're not a messenger on behalf of Mr. House.
Why are you jittery about Mr. House?
Because spending myself to the edge of artistic oblivion for Mr. House sums up my existence since I had to leave Vault 21. That's why.
What's the problem?
It's this place. My inspiration ebbs and I don't know how to stop it. Oh, I can't feel the warmth anymore.
Take some drugs.
I feel haunted by something terrible. Working in such a huge workshop often makes me shiver. I can't even leave the strip. It's this...
Wait, yeah, I read this right.
Yes, I think so. But please, keep quiet about it. Without inspiration, I'm as good as a tumbleweed drifting in the barren wasteland.
Oh, that's weird. VTube Studio crashed on my phone.
Ah, an educated fellow. Now that is almost as rare as artistry. So, how can you help me regain my inspiration?
I can't. I know this guy in Freeside, really good at trepanation.
Stop right there. I'm sorry, but there is nothing wrong with my brain. What I need is something that inspires ideas back into my work. What? Are you serious? I am an artist. I need inspiration, not therapy.
I don't know, have you ever talked to an artist? Most of them seem to need therapy.
What does this have to do with my... Never mind. I just can't go outside. Get it? There has to be another way. Thank you for the offer, but I think I really can't go to see... Wait a minute. I know, I don't have to necessarily be there to see it.
What do you mean?
Yes, that's it. I have a camera. It is old, but it should work. Perhaps you could bring me images of inspiring landmarks.
Sure.
I've always wanted to see the dinosaur and its thermometer sign at Novak. Then there's the famous Bison Steve sign. The McCarran airfield.
Did you buy
and
the Wind
Helios One
Baron,
power
the
station
Wind
signs are of
Ramen
much
Nez?
interest to my work.
I don't know
And
what
like
that
the
is.
Sunset
I
Sarsaparilla
don't know
headquarters
what
block.
that is.
Thank you. I really can't thank you enough for this. Please, get me all the pictures. I'll compensate you accordingly. Oh, and if you need more camera film, then just come back and I'll get it for you. Again, thank you.
It's a super mutant unmarked quest? Even the Tumbleweed Nightkin? I have literally no... You guys could be... You literally could be trolling me. I have no idea what you're talking about. He sells you a tumbleweed for all your caps. Yeah, no idea. Never heard of that in my life. Tumbleweed. Oh. No, I've never heard of this in my life. Close to he's at near the Tumbleweed Ranch, which makes sense. Yeah, no idea. Never heard of that. Huh. So what does he want pictures of? Picture of the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters, Helios 1, McCarran Airfield, Biden and Steve. It's actually pictures of famous signs. All right. Can do. Sunset Sarsaparilla. Do I have a camera now? Kodak. Okay. I don't know why it wouldn't work there for a second. Did I get it? Okay. Goddamn YouTube showing profane ads for the show, Fallout show. It counts as a gun if you shoot it at people? Okay. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Karen's right here. Macran. Alright. Yeah, I have literally never done this quest, ever. Which one does he want a photo of? He wants a photo of that one. Is he gonna mind if it's in the middle of the night? Apparently not. Speaking of tumbleweed, can't push this thing. I like how the camera is completely silent. The stuck tumbleweed bug is a classic. Oh, havoc physics. Who? What in particular does he want me to take a picture of here? Oh, the sign. Whoops, I thought... Oh, there it is, on the roof. Oh, it's glow. It's perfect. No? Got it. It works on the front, too? Oh. Wait, why did I go to McCarran? Shit, I thought... Oh, god damn it. The embassy. They're both... They saw the bear symbol, and I clicked on the bear. Do you sleep? Get up. I have your stupid pictures for you.
Aha! The brave photographer returns. Good to see you.
Here are your photographers. Photographs.
Oh, that's wonderful. Just what I need. Thank you, brave one.
Brave one.
Compensation for your work. You have earned it, my friend. Now I can finally unveil my masterpieces to the world, all thanks to you. Come visit me again sometime.
Does something actually happen? Or... is that it?
What's up?
Ah, the strip. Oh. You know the last episode of the second season of the Fallout show is called The Strip? I can't wait. It's gonna be good. I can't wait. They're gonna do something stupid. They're gonna punch all of the death claws on the strip. I think that's one of the few side quest routes of the game that's left unfinished. Oh. Speaking of the show, Vault 21 was always a hotel. Of course it was. It was a pre-war vault-themed hotel. That's what it was. Yep. It wasn't a vault that was filled in and like turned into a hotel. No. No, it was yeah. Of course not. Of course you can't expect. Listen, they're making an adaptation of a video game series. You can't expect them to play the games. Regular power armor loses to a Yaoguai, but the NCR Ranger atrocity is going to fight a Deathclaw? Yeah, well, you know. Oh, but the games. Oh, but my game mechanics. So where's this Night Kid? Where am I supposed to find this man who's gonna fleece me of all my money for a tumbleweed? Go to the pen. Oh, of course, it's a ranch for tumbleweed.
You want to buy Wind Brahmin?
Wind Brahmin?
Right here. Where did you come from? Tumble... what? Crazy with low prices on Wind Brahmin. You buy one. All. They are very good, Wind Brahmin. All caps.
No.
You not buy? Then you die.
Todd selling Skyrim for the 20,000th time. Oh, that's funny. What's going on in chat? Ah. I've never seen that encounter before. I just never thought to go into the tumbleweed pen. That's really funny. Wind Brahmin. Damn, that's good. That's good. I like that. Now, you see, that interaction right there is why Fallout has never been serious. Fallout is a big, dumb, stupid show, video game series for big, dumb, stupids. You see, there's a super mutant that is known for being mentally ill. And he's selling you tumbleweed. Why are the other aliens not hostile, but the captain is? Oh, now they are. Wind Brahmin. Yeah, I had no idea what you guys were talking about when you said Wind Brahmin. Like, what the fuck are you going on about? Alien, another alien blaster. It's the only time it's called that. Again, I just didn't know what the fuck that was. Fallout 1 had some humorous moments. It's still the darkest one, yes. Fallout 1, as someone said earlier, is bleak, and I would agree with that. It is a bleak game. I just... I don't want to do the quest at the rep contest site. I hate Come Fly With Me. Ugh. Jason Bright and his followers blasting off into the great unknown. Oh god. Oh, they got out. Oh, no, they didn't. Never mind. Might as well clean up some of the last areas we don't have explored, like Searchlight. Oh, combat. Yo, the Legion. Oh, God, these Legionnaires just got a little too close to this NCR camp. Good job, guys.
Hey,
Hang on there, traveler. You'll want to steer clear of this place. The whole town's irradiated to high hell. I was stationed at Camp Searchlight before the incident. I've since taken it upon myself to keep travelers away from the area.
Does it still have the Fallout 3 filter? Where's the green? We'll see.
None that aren't feral ghouls. Those poor bastards. I'd like to put them out of their... I want you to put down the troop.
Alright, I remember this. Yeah, you gotta kill all them ghouls. Well, you see, you don't have to put them down because they're feral ghouls. You just have to give them... You have to give them the ghoul juice. If you give them the ghoul juice... Oh, so yeah, the color filter is not here, which thank fucking God. You give them the ghoul juice and it stops them from being feral. I don't know if it works in the show. Well, again, the writers don't know how it works. It's a plot contrivance. They just wanted to do that. You like the green filter here? This makes me think of I'm playing Fallout 3, so I didn't like it. I know there's like... The ghoul juice is atrocious writing for fake stakes. Yeah, like I know, like the ghoul is gonna turn into... They're gonna let him... excuse me. They're gonna let Walton Goggins become a ghoul, yeah, sure. Or like lose... Like they're gonna get rid of like their star actor. The ghoul still uses it? Yeah. He still has vials of it. In the last episode, he has, when he's impaled on the fucking metal spike, he has a, he's like kind of going semi, like, I assume it's him going semi-feral because he's trying to reach for the vials that are on the ground.
With those fiends on the run, I should head over to Vault 3 and see if I can pull some salvage out of them.
Like the nerd rage perk.
Some cons got
Ugh. And no one cares about him going feral. No one in Freeside is like offering to help him. No one is robbing him, like taking his satchel, taking his gun, or anything. He's not, oh, maybe now it's turning green. See, there we go, it's green now. Maybe it was just a little glitch. Like, no one even is, like, gawking at him. Like, you know, just being like, oh, wow, that sucks.
Who the hell are you? Dirty yet? What? You know what?
I remember this guy. Is he still wearing a dog tag? Can I have it?
Fine.
Taking his 1+ for perception hat. What even is the ghoul juice, or how have they making it post-war? I have no idea. I'd have to watch the episodes again in the first season to see if they even try to explain it. Outside of just like introducing it as a thing. Like outside of just going like, did they not? Like they didn't even, they just like, their explanation is just the introduction of saying this is a thing that exists. And that's it. That's what I thought. I'm like, I don't want to, again, I watched the first season, but like I didn't really care as much, and so I'm like, you know, I'm like, I remember them explaining it, and it's like, it's just like, it's, oh god, like Jet being pre-war. It's, I don't, like, why? Like, is it like, I wonder if it's like, no, I was gonna say maybe it's something that like, oh, maybe the writers are, like, trying to balance out the ghouls, because the ghouls in Fallout... Like, the ghoul in... The ghoul, Walton Goggins, is so... He can be, like, shot 85 billion times, he can be stabbed and everything, and he's, like, fine. Like, being a ghoul seems, like, to just make you super strong, and I was thinking maybe they were balancing it. Oh, that's cute. There's a mod that makes them look like the actual holy hand grenades. That's fun. Pull pin and count to 5, 3. I saw Monty Python. Yeah, the ghoul juice is so, it's so, I don't know. That's so like, how are they going to square that circle in the games? Because you have to remember, the TV show is canon. The TV show is canon. How do they make it now that ghouls need ghoul juice to not go feral? Are they just going to hand wave it and say like, oh, only certain ghouls need it to not go feral?
Thank
Done. Isn't that usually an unmarked quest? I don't remember that being like a proper quest. Was that always a quest like that? I swear that was unmarked usually. No, it's like that? Oh, okay. Do another quest for them in Conwood Cove. I don't want to do anything with the Legion just yet. I don't want to do anything to make them upset. I'm trying to keep it peaceful until we go until we're actually going into to doing the sort of the main stuff. Because I want to get a knife. That's another thing I gotta do. I gotta get a combat knife. We're gonna do the challenge for historical propriety. Not proprietary. No, historical. Is that the word? The thing where you do. Yeah. Surprisingly, Chance's knife doesn't count for the challenge unless you unless a mod fixes it. Bruh, yeah. No one said this game wasn't buggy. Model this entire airport and there's like nothing here. These like edges of the map that like no one goes to ever. Fallout 3 for a while was still like nearly unplayable. Especially considering like I think it was like remember Games for Windows Live? That was a thing that existed and did not make Fallout run well. That was the main issue, yeah. Until they fixed and broke several mods. No, you see, no, you can't say that, Ribbon. Ribbon, you can't say that they broke several mods because Bethesda cares about the modders. Bethesda loves modders, and they wouldn't just let mods break. Sorry, I missed the new Radiant Fest quest for Fallout 5 is going to be getting vials for a ghoul. You're actually probably right. Holy shit. You're going to be able to find ghoul juice vials, and it's going to be... They also recently, relatively recently, like by that I mean like a year ago now, they added a thing in 76 where you can actually become a ghoul. You can you can go through the ghoul machine and become a ghoul. There's also a cure for, yes, you're right. There's also a cure for being a ghoul. You can become a ghoul and then cure yourself in 76. I'd pirated GTA 4 that couldn't save because Games for Windows lied, so I had to restart every time. Ugh, that would be oh man, with how slow GTA 4 is to start. Oh man. Saw Bethesda shill saying Bethesda Game Studios is actually good. I don't know, like whenever someone asks, or whenever someone says, like, these games are good, when they say, like, oh, Bethesda makes good stuff, like, ask them, it's like, is Starfield a good game? And then also when they just, like, say that, like, their writing is good or something like that, like, ask them to substantiate it. Ask them to, like, say, like, well, oh, what do you like about it? Like, don't be, like, try to do it in a way that sounds, like, conversational, too. In a way that, like, you're not, like, you don't want to make them defensive, but, like, ask them, like, try to, like, feint curiosity and be like, oh, really? What do you like about it? What's your favorite part? You know, and see how they, like, what do they actually say? You know, like, what about their writing do you like? What's your favorite part of their writing? What do you like the most about their writing? And prepare to not get any satisfactory answer. Hey man, have you played the other games as well? That is also something you should ask, too. Is when you say, especially if they talk about Fallout, if you say like they think Fallout 4 is great, or God forbid 76 is great, ask them, it's like, have you played any of the other games? Oh, the sold well argument. Whenever they have to go down to it sold well, you know that they're I don't know. It's like I am curious if they honestly, if is that just like a reflexive like defense, or do they honestly think that like, oh yeah, it sold well, so it's good, right? When they say that it sold well, ask them if the Bible is the best book ever. Well, yeah, it's this thing of like, it's like, oh, it sold the best, it sold the most. And it's like, oh, so McDonald's is the best hamburger in the world because they sell the most hamburgers. You know. You know, it's like you would hope in a perfect world there would be some correlation between something being financially successful and the quality of the product. But that's not necessarily true. Like, we know that that's not true. Sometimes it's true, yeah, sometimes the best, something that sells very well, does something, is financially successful, is actually a good product. But that's not necessarily, that's not true often. Like 100, it's not a guarantee, you know? And you get things where it's like, yeah, it's like this movie, this game, this whatever, this item is like a piece of crap, and it's sold well. And it's, oh well. My graphics, it's bad for its time. My gunplay, it's mediocre for its time. Yeah, I don't know. The gunplay argument I genuinely don't get, because it's like, again, I said it like last stream, where it's like the gunplay is not good enough for the amount of time that, like, specifically with Fallout 4, they want you to shoot like every 30 seconds, and the game is just not good enough. Like, the gunplay is not good enough. Sure, you might say it's an improvement compared to the previous games, compared to, like, first-person shooters in general.
Halt! What business have you in Cottonwood Cove, outsider? You wear the mark of Caesar. You must be
It's not pronounced Kaiser. Why are you calling it Kaiser? Do you think it's, like Germans and Kaiser? No, you stupid, it's pronounced Caesar. I bring cotton to the wood. The pet rock made its creator millions. Does it make it a good product? Yes. So I like how the... Oh, there we go. The texture popped in. Took a second.
Our guys put the monorail back to work. I see you bear the mark of Cursor Lucullus awaits.
We're being held here against our will.
You at the docks. Caesar does not like. He should.
No, I guess I can't do this until I meet
Caesar
with Caesar. Alright, well, we'll do this later then. Sorry, I'll free you from slavery in a bit. These parts of the map I like never go to. Usually wait till Aerotech to start this quest. This quest usually ends up with me shooting everyone in Cottonwood Cove and then just freeing them. Usually after I have already killed Caesar. That's the guy that killed Caesar. Wish I could have been there to see Caesar die. What an asshole. Ow. That actually really hurt. Like, Blue Paradise Vacation Rentals. I don't think I've ever found this location. Or, like, maybe once. Who's going to find Blue Paradise Vacation Rentals? water. What? Oh, lake lurk. Lots of lake lurks. Jeez. Oh, dying. Here we go. Yeah, those things can fuck you up. Alright, I will quickly take a break, and I will be back in a moment. River, if you want to get ganged up by lake lurks, okay. What's over there? Just going for a swim. There's not enough car batteries in this river. Always remember to chuck your car batteries into your local body of water to charge up the electric eels. Is this like the Lake Lurk promontory? Basically. These guys are nowhere near as threatening. I always thought this area was something added by World of Pain. It's one of those things where there's really no reason to come here, other than just like, exploring. You only explore for loot? You gotta explore for the love of the game, man. Well, that's neat. What else is there to do? You know what we will do? I'll do a quest I don't think I've ever done or haven't done for ages. We'll go to the crazy lady who has, like, animal fights. Red Lucy. Have I been to Camp Guardian? Yes, we actually went there earlier in the stream. Gosh darn it, the top left, the things aren't appearing on the top left. I'm just going to quickly restart the game. Usually the little alerts, that mod that makes it so that more alerts than one can appear on the top left, it just breaks sometimes.
I'd remember if I had seen you here before. I'm sure of it. What do you want?
What is this place?
The clamor of our bloodthirsty crowds reaches every corner of the wasteland. But I'll pretend that your ignorance doesn't offend me, stranger. This is the Thorn. Here's where the strong make a name for themselves, and the weak are fed to the jaws of hell. You can bet on the contenders. Or, if you have what it takes, be one of the contenders.
Ooh, fun.
Be warned. The Thorn demands respect. Break the rules, or offend me in any way, and I'll gut you open for all to see. What?
So how do I, is there a quest here? How do I start it? Is the Vicky Advance open for gambling? I'm not sure. I'll go check.
The rules are simple. My creatures fight for our pleasure. You can bet on a contender and earn double if you choose the victor. But you can get a bigger share if you risk your skin in the Thorn. Win a fight, and I'll give you a meaty cut of the earnings. I won't tolerate anyone that interferes with the... Even if the Thorns...
Right.
These beasts are slaves to their instincts and hunger for blood. That's a good enough answer for everyone. And it'll do for you, too. Our creatures come from the farthest reaches of the wasteland. The Thorn takes care of them until the time to spill their blood comes. We constantly replenish our stock to keep this holy ground soaked red. Only a few brave ones ever earn the honor of serving the Thorn. Think you have what it takes? All right. Prove your worth, and I'll reward your service. The Thorn needs newborn specimens that will one day grow to honor us with their blood. Bring me 12 giant mantises' eggs. If you accomplish this, I might gift you with greater tasks in the future. You'll find egg-carrying mantises in the wasteland, but a wise hunter would search the mantis' breeding ground.
All right.
So
It's a fetch quest. Leave me dry.
One of these for death.
With payment and a unique weapon. Imagine my shock. No, what you're gonna get is a randomly generated... You're gonna get a randomly generated item. Jarl Balgruff is gonna award you a piece from his personal armory, and it's just like a random axe with like 2+ frost damage. I'd like you to take this piece from my personal armory. Iron axe of smite, iron axe of lightning strike. 2 lightning damage, 5 charges. Thank you, Dragonborn. I was thinking of maybe doing a Skyrim playthrough, but I realized that that would probably be boring really fast, but I'm still thinking about it. Might find a juicy mod pack. Dragon and Starborn. Maybe not those games at the same time now that I think about it, but we'll see. It could be fun. Find a nice big Starfield before Starfield. You know, Ribbon? Yeah, it kind of is. Although maybe try Enderall. people have told me about that, but like, I want to experience the garbage of Starfield, Skyrim. Can we recapture the magic of when I was 17, playing Skyfield for the first time?
State. Welcome back, stranger. Good work, stranger. The Thorn will nurture these eggs until their hatchlings are ready to bleed for us. Here's a compensation for your service. You speak the truth, stranger. And the Thorn lives by the justice that honor and strength dispense. Here's a more fitting sum. Bring me a dozen rad scorpion eggs. The eggs I seek are not easy to find, stranger.
All right. I will say, this is a World of Warcraft quest. This is a World of Warcraft quest line. Bring this chick some eggs. Chicks dig eggs. Then Gecko, then Night Stalker, then Cazador, and then finally Deathclaw. Yeah, it's a World of Warcraft quest. It's a WoW quest. 20 bare asses, 5% drop, fucking 5%. You're lucky. God damn, back in the classic days, you were lucky if, like... Oh, look at Deathclaw. Then forget human eggs. God, some of those drop rates in those old fucking days were atrocious. Where the okay, I guess I'm gonna go on the other side. I'll go to the cemetery then. Yeah, this is like a WoW quest though, where it's like the first thing you have to do is you have to collect 20. Yeah, get me some. Collect me the. I need 10. I need 15 red linen bandanas, and then red wool bandanas, and then red silk bandanas. Gore tusk livers of snuff. Oh my god, Plagueling. Last year when I was playing Classic, that snuff quest actually made me want to fucking scream. I was actually gonna fucking lose my mind. Oh my god. No, this... Never got into MMOs. Your record is 127 pirates until you got the 15 snuff. Yeah, I was up to like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of... I didn't keep track, but like it was about an hour and a half of grinding to get the snuff. For that fucking... it just wouldn't drop. I made it to like the last like 3 and it just wouldn't fucking drop. WoW's fun. WoW's great. What is the mentality? Oh. Yeah, let's find some place to sleep. Or maybe just drink soda to keep ourselves awake. Oh, jeez. I saw my friend next almost go crazy from lack of sleep to get the top rank in some WoW thing. I think it was an arena or something. Yeah, well, the PvP people are a completely different breed of psychopath, so I don't know what they're all about.
Welcome back, stranger.
Other than I know I had some friends who loved it, and it always seemed to be like...
Good work, stranger. The thorn will nurture these
like
eggs
okay, someone
until
could
their
look at me and
hatchlings
be
are
like
ready to
playing
bleed
WoW,
for
and then
us.
I'd be like, are you having
There's a-
fun, like spending hours collecting
You are
like
proving
bear
your worth
asses?
to the thorn.
And I would somehow say,
I
yeah,
hope
I
these
am kind of
extra
having
caps
fun.
are
I don't really
sufficient
know how to
demonstrate
explain
my
it,
fairness.
but like I am. But then I would look at my friends who tried to do PvP, and it was just like you know, listen back in fucking 15 years ago, listening to them in Ventrilo lose their fucking minds over like trying to do arena or whatever, and I'm like, you guys having fun? Like it would literally be like 4 of us in Ventrilo and maybe like 3 of them doing arenas, and me just sitting there and every once in a while going like, is it going well? After they like scream for like 2 minutes straight. How much fun you having? You know, it's the equivalent of like the meme, like, are you winning, son? And they're just yelling. He shook my hand like 3 times in 5 minutes if I haven't been having a conversation with him. Whole day's crackheads. And, well, to be fair, we eventually all started playing League of Legends, and that was fun. League of Legends was fun for like... League of Legends was fun for like 6 months. And then it got significantly not fun. It was really fun until someone decided maybe we should try to play ranked. And I went, oh. And then it suddenly wasn't like about having fun after school with your friends on League of Legends. It was a job. And like everyone has like a fucking performance review where it's like you have to do well. Well, that was weird. Now it's like okay, well you weren't very good as our carry, so you know, you gotta play a different thing. You know, oh, you know, it wasn't like it started like everyone started just getting mad at each other when we started losing or when someone fucked up. And I stopped playing League. Another Jonathan stick with me. It's all about extraction shooters nowadays. It's really nice to see people start getting mad just for not picking the right characters. It's the only fun way to have play with friends. Oh god, yeah, I could not fucking, it was almost exclusively, when I did play League, it was exclusively like 3, or at least, we had at least 3 people playing. So we made up the majority of like teams. Or it was like maybe, sometimes we even had like a full team. This is a cave? Oh, that just looked like a black texture. What the fuck? This is like another cave I've never been in. Egg. So what next? Night Stalkers, Cazadors, and then Deathclaws. I was tempted. I am still tempted to play. Excuse me? It's a fiend all the way over here. I was tempted to play more WoW. WoW Classic. WoW Classic is now in Burning Crusade, and it's like, oh, that's an excuse to play the game again. Even though I never played Burning Crusade back in the day.
Stranger. Good work, stranger. The Thorn will nurture these eggs until they're hatchlings. You are a match to my elite, but don't congratulate yourself so profusely just yet. Still, your valor deserves recognition, and I shall honor it. The Thorn's calling its elite hunters to collect one of its deadliest creatures. Find Night Stalker eggs, and your bravery will be greatly rewarded. Night Stalkers are amongst the most fearsome beasts you'll ever face. They're also hard to find, but I know of a nest at a cave near Bitter Springs.
All right. No. The Bloodborne Cave. Maybe we'll find the rare... Fuck off. Ever pitched Classic must have gotten a hug from Goblin King Bobby. Well, you know who pitched Classic for Classic WoW for years and they didn't listen? Every player of the game. Maybe not every player, but like all these people... Guest coin jumping on you. I was gonna say, hopefully in this cave is the rare Bloodborne remaster, re-release, port, whatever. Well, you know, you say that, like, it does say, like, oh, resell the same game after years. Blizzard was adamant about not doing that for years. Like, there was a famous or infamous thing from World of Warcraft where there was a point where they're like, it was like a Q&A at BlizzCon or, oh fuck, or something. And it was like, you think, someone asked, like, what about, like, a World of Warcraft, like, classic servers, vanilla servers? And they said, like, you think you want that, but you don't. Like, you think you want classic WoW again, but you actually don't. You wouldn't actually want to play it. Like, it's nostalgia, you're dumb, essentially, is what they said. And then, lo and behold, they release Classic, and it's, like, more popular than fucking Live. You know, it's like they consistently made the live servers worse and 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 worse. And so it's like, of course people want something that's more enjoyable. Miyazaki doll feet pictures. Oh shit. Should not have assumed that the rest of the cave is empty. No, all the medics just disappeared. Live services greed unchecked. Oh my god, money. I don't know. A lot of people did not really care. I guess maybe it was a case of like the live service games of the past were more. I love that physics glitch. Yeah, when the physics snaps into reality and everything just falls through the textures. Live service games, I think, used to be not as contentious, probably because they were very limited. They were usually only a couple of them, and they were usually specifically stuff like big MMO games. You know, like back in the day, stuff like WoW and what did like Ultima do or like not Ultima? What am I thinking of? EverQuest and shit like that. You know, it's like MMOs were like essentially the live service game. And like people, I think, were more willing to just be like, that is just a feature, or like maybe not a feature. That is like a that is like just a thing about the like of the genre, I guess. You know, you want to have these big worlds with all these players playing at once. You need a server, and you have to pay for the server. And so how do you do that? Well, you have to have like a monthly subscription,
Welcome back, stranger.
and it's all hosted online and stuff like that. And yeah, sure,
Good work,
that's the
stranger.
business model, yes.
The thorn will nurture these eggs.
But the
until
fact
their
now that so
hatchlings
many
ready to
games
feed
are
for
live
us.
service games,
Here's a compensation for your service. I trust
and
that
they're
we're in
constantly
agreement
trying
over
to
it.
like plug you with battle
You speak
passes
the
or
truth, stranger.
FOMO
And
stuff.
the thorn lives by the justice that honor and strength dispense. Here's a more fitting sum. I'm asking our top hunters to gather.
You know, it's funny because like the FOMO
I'd be
thing,
impressed by
maybe it's
whoever
just me
returns
being
with such a prize.
ignorant, but I feel like the older game, like stuff like the way it worked back in like there wasn't as much FOMO, I feel, in terms of like older like World of Warcraft back in the day. Like there wasn't a fear of missing out because nothing was really like, there was nothing that was like limited. You know what I mean? Like
So
oftentimes it was the opposite, where the game was time gated so that you didn't burn through the content too quickly. Like the way that they did it was that often you can only get like, for example, certain amounts of you can only get like certain amounts of like currency to buy items in game, like for upgrades, or you can only like per week, or you can only do like a raid. You could only do a raid once per week. Like you could get loot from a raid once per week. Like once you like essentially were there, you were locked to that raid and you weren't getting anything else. Is this the Red Rock? It is. Oh my god, I remember that now. But like nowadays, it's like you gotta play the game now because in 2 weeks, all the things you love are going to, or like that you would want to play, are going to be gone. Cough, cough, Destiny 2, cough, cough. Someone pointed out that they found somewhere at like, I don't know if it was like at a store or something, they found an old physical copy of Destiny 2, and like they kind of found it funny that like a good amount of the content on that disc for Destiny 2 you can't actually play anymore. God, that was a fucking travesty. My favorite thing is when I look at Steam, and every couple months or however long, I see like new content for Destiny get put on the store, on the Steam store. I see new content for Destiny put on the Steam store, and then within like a week, I see the rating of it go down to like mostly negative, and I have a chuckle. Oh, I guess it wasn't. I guess it's all the way up there. Fuck. I thought it was gonna be like right here. Shit, I guess it's up on, like, the Jacobstown area. I feel like if any group of fans are masochistic, it's people who still are playing Destiny. Destiny fans don't, like, are you okay? Do you need someone to help you? New Vegas, soothing balm on your aching soul. Oh, don't worry, Starfield's coming back next Friday. On Friday, so... I want to point out that I have a 96% chance, or I have a 96% poison resistance, or 91, excuse me, and I still got poisoned. Genuinely, the Starfield stream made me go to sleep earlier. But it was really funny. It was really funny just enjoying how bad it was. Also, the fucking gun design in that game actually made me want to throw up. So that's what I'm excited for, is finding newer, stranger guns. I want to know, like, there was, of all the guns that we found, there was only like one that was like, this is kind of fun. And like, there were several that were like abominations. Someone who's never seen a gun in their life. The 1911 was fine. I don't even count the 1911 because it's just the fucking 1911. But the what's it called? That one like weird fucking gun with like the safety on the foreguard. Or like the foregrip has like the safety and the selector switch. Oh my lord, that thing was atrocious. And the magazine is in like the stock. Starfield 76 was in the works, like a live service multiplayer thing. The one the AI did a better job of. Yes, Plagueling, that one exactly. Get ready for heavy weapons that have 50 barrels with all their own laser pointers. This area, I swear to God, too, was only like... I've never been down here. I want to say I've been down here in, like, World of Pain, and there was, like a dungeon. But I thought that... I didn't... Like, whoever... I guess you only never come out here for that fucking... For this quest. Oh, Bozar. And a fat man. Bozar. Automatic sniper rifle, because of course. Oh, fuck that. Look at that. This place sucks. The only gun I liked in Starfield so far, in terms of just like visuals, was it was like the weirdest one, but it's like, maybe not the weirdest. The fucking, the area around Jacobstown is a shame in how unused it is. I would agree with that, yeah. What the weird 40mm lever action grenade launcher. That thing kicked ass. That thing actually fucking cool. It's like, it's such a bizarre idea where it's like they made a China Lake but with like a lever action instead of a pump, and it could conceivably work. It would be extraordinarily heavy the way it's presented in the game, but like in terms of just like at a basic functionality, it would probably work. It would work. It would take you'd have to do a decent, like, it would take a bit to cycle that lever. It would take some effort to cycle that lever, but yeah. You could fucking that thing could be real. It loads in through the sides like a real lever gun. It ejects through the top. Look at, like, actually cool design. You know, you had to have like a bunch of weird cowboy guns because you guys saw that, you saw that Red Dead Redemption 2 was really popular when it came out, and you had to copy it as much as you had to be. Oh, put cowboys in our space game. You know, and it's like, oh well, you like New Vegas? They have cowboys in a post-apocalyptic game. It's in fucking Nevada. We're in the West. You're just a hater that doesn't like having 90% extra gun and a fire safety selector like 2 feet away from the drink. It's so funny that like it's a safety on a gun that like you could have one hand off the gun and like you can't actually like with your hand that is operating the trigger can't actually activate the safety. Look at like almost every kind of gun has a trigger or a safety that is somewhere near the trigger. Not for multiple reasons. One, that's close to where your hand is, your hand firing the gun, but that also mechanically, like, it's simpler too because the vast majority of safeties, almost every safety is a mechanical thing. It's like you're actually physically impeding some sort of mechanism of the gun or disabling some sort of mechanism of the gun. You know, so it's not like there's like some long linkage going through the whole body of the gun to trigger the safety.
Welcome back, stranger.
I think they referenced Firefly as their main reference. I am going with the lack of trigger guard. Yeah, really. What's the point of this making settlements around a specific theme or trope? They just wanted to reference other things they liked. In his video, Patrician, about Starfield, Patrician states that he thinks that Aquila and all of that stuff changed the moment that Red Dead 2 came out, and then it became popular. And his evidence is that it used to be that like Aquila was going to be like Space Nomad Mongolia or something like that, based off of, I want to say, early concept art and early music. And they changed it completely because Red Dead was really popular. And they used Firefly as like, this is not what he said, but this is what I would say. They used Firefly, like, oh, it's Firefly, Western space, as like an excuse. They wanted to appeal because, oh, cowboys are popular because Red Dead.
Good work, stranger.
And I want to say also that like I want to say that like Emil said that for some reason like the United Colonies in Starfield is supposed to be like taking reference from something like Battlestar, and I'm like, other than like being colonies that are united, what the fuck similarity do they have to Battlestar?
Just yet. Still, your valor deserves recognition, and I shall honor it. This is it, Hunter. I've decided to grant you the opportunity to earn the greatest honor.
I'm gonna go with play my usual Red Dead sucks card, so now I just like Aquila more. Again, I don't think Red Dead Redemption. Again, I have serious issues with the gameplay of Red Dead Redemption. I think it's an issue with a lot of Rockstar's games where the actual gameplay is boring as fuck.
Junction is overrun with Deathclaw.
Isn't Battlestar the one where they are shipbound? Yes. Battlestar Galactica. There's two. There's the old one from the 80s, which I honestly don't know much about. But then there's the newer one from 2004, which that was 21 years ago, I am aware. That one is, yeah, they're like the robots kill all of the planets, and there's like a fleet of them trying to find a new home and escape the robots. And yeah. Battlestar Galactica, if you want to watch the 2004 one, my suggestion would be don't watch the whole season, or don't watch the whole show because it's not worth it. Watch the mini-series, which is like the first 2 episodes, and then watch the first episode proper of the season, and then stop. And then take it as like a really long movie, and then... Oh. Battlestar Galactica is one of those shows that gets consistently, like, much, much worse. To the point when it gets to the ending, you're like, wait, what? I watched 60 episodes for this? Man, this is easy when you've killed all the Deathclaws already. Oh, I think I explained what I when I was playing Starfield, I actually explained what I think is... I explained that, like, Starfield is... one away from the funny number, I know. Starfield is ML just like, I like these things, and I like these things, and I like these things, and I'm going to just put them into my science fiction world and kind of, like, change them a little bit. You know, he's not, like, it's the difference between, like, inspiration and, like... I don't want to say, like, plagiarism, because it's not plagiarism, but, like, I guess you would say rip-off, like, would be the way to say it, like, where it's, like, maybe not even that's the right word, but it's a great American space opera.
Welcome back, stranger. You've, indeed, become the greatest hunter the Thorn has ever seen. The best I've ever
The dinner
seen.
bell.
You've earned the honor of being part of this sacred ground. Come to me often, and I'll share with you the wealth of the Thorn. You've done enough to last many lifetimes, stranger. But I'd like you to come see me again.
I'm not interested
Thank you,
in having fade to black sex with this NPC, but it's neat. But the players are ripping the pages apart to build spaceships. Like I said an hour ago, I think Emil genuinely buys his own bullshit. I think Emil thinks he did... Emil thinks that everything he creates is actually, like, fucking amazing. And everything he thinks he makes is fucking amazing. And, like, he doesn't... And it's like, if it's a case of, like, people... You know what, like, Emil is, like, I think, like, one more bad game away from going on, like, a... He kind of did it with his Twitter spurg a couple years ago with Starfield. But, like, Emil, I feel like, is, like... would be a person to go, like, oh, media literacy. Media literacy is dead. All these people don't get my amazing game. You know, and it's like, no, Emil. They perfectly understand what you've made. They think it's shit. That's it. They just think it's bad. It's not that, like, they're like missing the point, you know, massively. It's they think it's shit. The dinner bell. That's a shotgun. That's like a... It's like a Remington. I like the picture. He's ringing a dinner bell. Because you shoot people with the bell. Those are the holy hand grenades. Emil got glazed for his Dark Brotherhood quest in Oblivion that permanently got stuck in his head. Yeah, he's riding high off of that. Emil is a Redditor. That's mean. You take that back. That's great. That's actually really good. I like this mod a lot. That's a good mod. One, 2, 5. Did you see that video of the Reddit mod? They're not beating the allegations. That was bigger than I expected. Yeah, they're nuclear. Is this Hitman's mod? I have no idea. It's good though. I liked it. That's really clever. I think that's really cute. The animation is cute. The model is cute. It's great. Good reference. Even on my character's hip there. That fucking Reddit mod thing. I didn't go too deeply into that because I don't particularly care. But, like, you see the picture of the Reddit mod, and it's like... You're, like, you really thought it was gonna be a good... Like, you're gonna put your face out there when you look like that? Like, maybe you should just get, like, a Rantsona. Apparently, he is 25. Oh, oh my god. If he's actually just 25 years old... he's like, he's nearly bald. Oh, that sucks. He's got like he's got a desperate comb over. Listen. I know, okay, you, like, when it comes to baldness, you can't control, like, it just fucking happens. It's your genes. It's really, like, you don't have, like, control over it. If you're gonna go bald, you're gonna go bald. Like, it's just a case of, like, you have no control over it. And you know what? It fucking sucks. I get it. It fucking sucks. I'm not bald. But, like, if I can put, let's call it empathy or sympathy, whatever you want to say. I could imagine if I started losing my hair, I would be really upset. If I was at 25 and I was losing, like, I was almost bald on top, I would be fucking furious. I would be absolutely furious. And, you know, it would be like, this sucks. This is fucking shit. I hate this. I didn't do anything to control this. Like, I didn't do anything to, like, cause this to happen, you know. But it comes to a point where it's like, yeah, you should probably either lose the hair or start taking all of the stuff that is available to try to salvage what you have left. Because the desperate comb over is not a good look. You're projecting, honey? All of my grandparents have their hair, so... If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to the corn house. This is where I get my corn. Like I said, if you start going bald, it's like you have two paths until they actually find some way to like cure it, reverse it, whatever. You have either take what's like available, which is like there's like the 2 different drugs or whatever that you can take, and that helps you, like, stops you from going bald and helps regrow hair, and like take that for the rest of your life, or just accept defeat and realize that life sucks and isn't fair and you're losing your hair and just shave your head. I think that Reddit mod thing has also shown that, like, people are way too comfortable showing their own face on the internet. It's so weird that, like, I don't know. I think it's like a lost, like, it's just a change in the idea of, like, how you present yourself on the internet is very weird, because growing up, you know, I was on, like, I grew up in, like, the cusp of the era where, like, social media started becoming a thing, but, like, before that, like, the sort of era before, like, let's say, early 2000s, social media is starting to become a thing, but it's not quite there yet. One of the things I learned on the internet is, like, you never, ever, and this is something I still, like, you don't want, anonymity was not a bug, it was a feature of the internet. The whole thing is that you could make up a name and call yourself, you know, like, you know, Tig Old Biddies 69, and you could just, like, say things, and it wasn't attached to you as a person outside of the internet. You know, and, like, the idea of, like, having your name slip out, your real name slip out and be attached to an account, and, like, people could know who you are and potentially where you live and what you look like and maybe your family and where you work and all that shit, was like a horrendous, like, catastrophe. Because all it takes is one bad person, one bad actor to go, well, I can start mailing shit to this person's house. I can start harassing their family. I can start calling their employer and all that. And it's like, so, like, yeah, no, I'm still in that mindset. It still holds to this day. You know, you see all these people are putting themselves online, and then as soon as something, like, happens that is anything that is, like, controversial in any way happens about them, their entire lives explode because everyone knows every single detail of their life. And it like, it wasn't a case of like, oh no, I was doxxed. Oh no, they found me after like, you know, like look, they you know, they traced. No, it's like you have all these accounts where your face is plastered all over them. Your accounts are all named after you. It's like first name, last name, date of like year of birth is your fucking account name. It's like, yeah, no shit. You like, it's still technically possible to, at least to the general public, when like other people for the most part, to have some degree of anonymity, and people are just like, no, I'm gonna like just put my name and my face on the internet. I'm gonna just like post photos of where I work and where I live and all my family members and friends. You know, oh, here's like a bunch of photos of like my newborn baby, and I'm gonna like shit that all over the internet. You know, oh, I'm taking my kid to school here at this school. I'm gonna like tag the location. I'm like, Jesus Christ, God forbid you ever do anything that anyone disagrees with on the internet, because they could just fucking annihilate you. People thinking they're special. Well, it's like going back to like the early like Facebook days where like all of the Facebook guys were like, oh my God, people are just like giving us their personal information. They're just like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's all my like personal stuff. That's why I don't use the same name across platforms. Didn't tag you in that post Vault 34 map mod. Because you wouldn't know who I was. Just don't, yeah, it's just like, God. So like, I don't know, like that, going back to that Reddit mod, it's like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna put my face on the internet. It's like, dude.
Will Sir be staying for... Will Sir be staying for any...
Where'd I pick up a service rifle? Whatever. Alright. I don't know if there's like, I don't know if there's many other quests to do. There's probably a lot more I'm missing or that I just don't remember. Where'd I pick up this hunting rifle? Has 133 quests. Oh shit. Well, I know there's some, like, I'm trying to think, like, there's some I want to wait. Okay, it's like I can do... There's all the ones around Camp Forlorn... Oh, wait, we're not in the Mojave. There's the ones around Camp Forlorn Hope to help them. There's the couple at Camp Gulf. There's Bitter Springs, helping them deal with their whole shtick. No, not much is the quest there. I remember that, where they need all this shit because they're like, we did a couple at Camp McCarran already. We did the God, we did Vault 22. We did I Put a Spell on You. Yeah, we got that one already, yeah. 3 card bounty. Did you get the Ranger's body? Is that, like, again, you say this stuff and you could just be memeing. I don't know what that, no, I did not. Which one is that one? The Ranger's body in the concourse. Okay, I'm probably not gonna do unmarked quests. I made that clear earlier. I'm not gonna do unmarked quests, probably. If it pops up on the screen with a name, I'll try to do it. But if it doesn't, then I'm probably not. Boyd's quest. Boyd. Yeah. Oh, I did the one where you interrogate the. No, missing corporal one. I don't know that one. Why do I not know all these quests? You know what I'm realizing? I am a fake fan. I've played this game like 700 times and I don't know half these things. You know what it is? You get stuck in your ways when you play a game. You end up playing a game like a certain way, and you end up just repeating that certain way if you ever play it again. Guys, guess what build I always use? Guess if I always choose the cowboy perk. And let's grab the Bitter Springs quest, might as well. Might as well grab the one at McCarran shirt. Where's the... Oh, is it too early still? No, where's the lieutenant? Like, the lieutenant or whatever is supposed to be in there. Oh. Captain.
I've been sending requests for relief for months now. Didn't think they'd send you, though.
Right.
At this point, I'll take anything you can give me. We need more troops,
Right. What kind of troops? Yes. What kind of supplies? What's killing? Medical supplies. Talk to the officer. Right. There's the Misfits quest. Oh, the Misfits quest. Oh, I know about the Misfits quest. Have I done that one yet? No, I haven't.
Wow. Hey, it's you.
Oh, what am I addicted to? Medical camp. Medical texts, right. Books. Keep an eye on, right. 3 doctor's bags. Right. Goodbye. We'll go kill. We'll deal with the con. And we'll grab the 3 caches in the mountains. Oh, I know all about the Misfits quest. Oh, I know. It has a crowning moment in my video that probably all of you have seen. Where I can call it the fucking bare minimum. I think my favorite comparison between New Vegas and Fallout 4 in my video is probably comparing Nick Valentine's quest to Arcade's quest. Because holy shit, is it like black and white. It's just, oh man. I love reading some of the comments that are like there's like this weird sort of like, I don't know, this weird thing where only the companion triggers weren't so buggy. Yeah, there's like this weird thing where like certain people who really like Fallout 4 get mad they either get mad if you compare to New Vegas, or like they dismiss you if you compare it to New Vegas, and it's like, I genuinely like it. It is a game in the Fallout series. It's the last game, like, in the series before Fallout 4 came out. Like, why am I not allowed? Why does that, why? What is wrong with me, what Oh, yeah, buff out withdrawal. I have a fixer here somewhere. There we go. This fucking insanity where you're not allowed, like, these people are not, you have standards? Well, it's just, it's insane to me. I'm not, like, making some, like, wide, far-stretching comparison. Like, I'm not comparing apples to oranges. I'm comparing apples to the fucking same series of apples. You know, like, I'm not like, you know, going out like and being like, oh, I'm gonna compare Fallout 4 to Assassin's Creed 3. Well, Fallout 4 is nothing like Assassin's Creed 3, and it's a bad game. And it's like, okay, that would be a bit insane. That might be crazy. I wouldn't necessarily dismiss someone saying that, but like, I would want to hear their argument. But like, to say like, I'm comparing this game in a series to this other game in the same series that are both like trying to do apparently similar things from what they say. Yeah, but I had fun. Oh, I hate the fun argument. I got one of those comments, like, I literally got one of those comments, I want to say, like a day ago, where someone is like, oh, you say that this game has no point, but the point of the game is to have fun, and therefore I had fun, so, like, it's a good game. And I'm like, really? Like, people are just dumb. People are just dumb. It's like, you don't see the flaw in that? Like, if I could just say, well, I didn't have fun. So what now? You know, and it's like, oh, so is like no game better than any other game? I can only tolerate people who likes the game if they're right. Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like if you want to say that like you like it and it's like the thing is like it's like, oh, it's good because I like it. You know, or I had fun, therefore it is good. And I'm like, ah. It's one of those things where it's like it's when you say you have fun, it's unfalsifiable. Like, you know, it's maybe that's not the right word, but like I can't prove that like you didn't have fun, and I don't think you're lying about having fun. Like, so, but like it means nothing because again, I can just say, well, I didn't have fun, and then we're at the impasse of like, well, so what?
You're back. We do have some. You did? Who was it? Really? Well, this canyon used to be a great Khan stronghold. I suppose that explains why he was able to evade us so easily. I'm glad it's taken care of, but still, I wish it could have been resolved.
I had most fun of my gaming life playing with an underpounded hardware at like 15 to 25 frames. Does that mean 60 FPS games is relevant? Yeah, like, I don't know. It's just like the fun argument is so. The fun argument is so like it's just I don't like it doesn't mean anything, and it's so constant. Like so many comments I got were like I had fun, you know, and like I'll be fair, a lot of comments were like I had fun or I liked this game, but I like recognize what you're saying, and I'm like okay, that's fine, but when like people are like oh I had fun, you know, and it's good. Oh, the point of the game is to have fun. My favorite is what the couple comments that are like. I don't know, trying to be like nihilistic about it, where it's like, or like it's like faux nihilism, where it's like, well, no game actually has a point. It's just something to do. And I'm like, oh, yes, I get it. If you want to reduce every piece of media to its like fucking like, yeah, you can, yeah, a game is just to kill time. Sure. Like it's you know, a movie's just to kill time. It's like, oh, just, like, yeah, I get it that a game doesn't have, like, a point, as in, there's no, like, fucking writing in the universe that says, like, oh, there's the point to this game, or something. Like, shut the fuck up. Who are you, like, fucking, those ones make me actually kind of upset, where it's like, yeah, oh, you're so smart. You're so smart. Oh, yeah, nothing has a point. Oh, fucking, Jesus Christ, I bet you just turned 17.
Hey there.
It's a dumbass point, yeah. That fucker has crawling in my skin, screaming in their heads. They actually might be able to get Camp McCarran to send troops over. You know. There's just like, there's this handful of arguments that people give. And it's not just on my like that's the thing, is like it's not just because it's on my video. These are things I have been seeing for years, not just with Fallout, not just with Bethesda, but like with games and like media in general. Is you see these similar arguments trotted out every time people have to fucking bend themselves backwards to defend something that is shit. Oh, you can't compare. Well, this is not a fair comparison because I said so. Oh, well, I had fun. Oh, well, I liked it. Oh, well, nothing actually has a point. Well, this, oh, it's like, oh. And they're always so ready to do it. And just like, god damn. It's like, just stop.
Anders showed up here not too long ago. I'm told you're the one who got him out of the vault. Can't tell you how relieved I am. I'd hope...
Right.
Well, you have been a great help here.
Alright, there we go. Whoa. You've gained California Dreamin' perk as a reward for maximum rep with the NCR. California Dreamin'. You're invigorated by the idea of returning law and order to the chaotic wasteland. You gain 25% equip speed, 15 AP dren, and negative 15 limb damage when wearing NCR faction clothing and armor. Well, that's useless. So who am I talking to in the concourse? Lady on a chair. In the back. At the start. Oh, fuck. Ah.
Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain. Colonel says he can't spare the men.
I will say the gasping while it is a little it does get a little annoying. The running, I understand it is annoying.
Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings. East of the... There's...
Is there really going to just be like a, this is where this dude died marker? I have to actually use the grab function? Oh my god, really? They actually have like a little quest where you actually have to physically grab something? That's actually kind of neat. Oh, beans. Ranger Morales' corpses. Ranger Jackson. No one cares about Ranger Jackson. So, what am I supposed to do with his body? Wasn't New Vegas made in Fallout 4? Apparently that's still... it's still being made. Drag it to an NCR patrol. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Ranger. Hey, where... It doesn't help that it's... Find his arm, too. Fuck you. Listen, ma'am, I got most of your husband back. Is this way the right way? Oh, I see. There's some sandbags over there. I see it. This is like the only time I think I can remember where you'd actually have to do something like this. That's actually kind of weird. This makes this very novel. Some developer was like, there's a you can grab things and manipulate them. We have a physics engine. I'm gonna make a little quest about it.
I don't believe it. Who the hell are you, lady? How did you just walk right up and pull him out of there?
I made a promise to Private Morales.
That must be some kind of code of honor you hold.
18 months, by the way.
You're like a woman possessed. We'll make sure Ranger Morales' body gets sent back home. You don't have to, you know, pick him up on your shoulder and haul him to California. Even though I believe you would if you had to. You should go tell Private...
Alright. Well, here you go. Here you go. 18 months, by the way. Well, you see... Well, Bethesda made all the textures and models, and they had blah, 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 spew of excuses. I always got attacked by Legion assassins. I have wisely decided to not antagonize the Legion until I'm good and ready to start doing the main quest line, so... Thankfully, I have not had them jump down my fucking neck. I can never unhear Liam O'Brien. It's one of those things where it's like, I can recognize a lot of voice actors. Liam O'Brien, I don't recognize. I don't know anything. I can't, like, was that his voice? Because it didn't recognize it. Like, it's just one of those things where he's not a... Yeah. I know he's in, like, a ton of things. Like, that's the thing, is he's in, like, a ton of shit. But I just, like, don't picture his voice. It's not like, like, I can recognize, like, Laura Bailey in fucking everything.
Did you start looking for Esteban? They put him in a box? With a flag and all? I hope so. He'd have been proud.
Yasuo, when you put 2K hours in League, you can't go back. You could just say that in general. That's just like when you put 2K hours in League of Legends, you can't go back. What you can go back, can't go back to, I don't know. But, like, that amount of League of Legends would just change a person. It's like, when you stare long into the league stares back into you. Forlorn Hope. So can't Forlorn Hope. I'm trying to think what you need to do there. You need to help the medic. You need to find the guy who's stealing supplies. And then the missing radio. but you can't get the good things with the missing radio until you kill Caesar, because that's the only way to convince Hanlon not to end himself. What's left on the map? 2K hours is stage 5 cancer, stage 7. There's the whitewash, which is... Didn't we do the whitewash? No, we didn't. That's another quest that I, like, never do. Because I always just forget it exists. Oh, we could also... I gotta remember that's another thing in Bitter Springs, because First Recon is there. Now we can talk to the one lady who has the PTSD, and we can get her help. How do we do the whitewash? I gotta look it up. How do we start it? Why does typing in the whitewash New Vegas not actually give you the quest? That is so weird. Boyd. Oh, it is by Boyd. 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 I was just talking about Laura Bailey. Well, actually, I'll find one of these beds. I think I can sleep here. You ever play Kingdom Come Deliverance? I played the first Kingdom Come Deliverance way back when it first came out, and it was one of those games where I stopped playing it, and then I never went back to it, and never finished it. I don't know, just... I didn't really care for it. Didn't think it was like... I don't know. Just, yeah, it's... You ever get that where you just like you stop playing and then you just never have the urge to pick the game back up? That was Kingdom Come. And that is part of the reason why I never bought it on any other platform or anything like that, is that I thought it was going to be the same. Like I would just play the first couple hours and then stop. Boyd, where are you? She's wearing a beret, right? So... There she is.
You're back.
Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders.
We found him.
Colonel Shu. Yeah.
Here we go.
The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise.
And that was the second one because you lost your 60-hour save file.
But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
Colonel Shu.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings.
This is Laura Bailey, by the way. I will never not be able to recognize her voice for my entire life.
I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Slightly gruffer Jaina than usual. She's Jaina, and she's the boss from Saints Row 3, and she's what else? Oh god, she's so many fucking things. Lucina from Fire Emblem, and Kingdom Come sapped my enthusiasm. Forced lock on. Like the player animations, getting sucked into NPC animations at a sizable distance. I would say I don't even remember Kingdom Come, but that well. But that sounds annoying. It's funny, the duality of chat. Like one person's like, I didn't like it, it sucked, and the other person's like, it's like my favorite. Uh. I hope there's no, like, mod for actual boobs in this.
Hey, no one but...
Nice textures are, ooh, very clean in this mod pack. We'll do the casino. Oh, don't worry, we'll get. Oh God, I know there's still so much to do. Oh God. I'm not looking to finish the game this stream, but yeah, I know there's all the different
Well,
quests.
what do we have here, huh? Let me guess. You've heard about the mistress who makes all your fantasies come true. So you followed the call of your desires, all the way to the arms of Joanna. Moi. Now that you've found me, I wonder, do you have what it takes?
What? I'm not paying attention. Goodbye. Kingdom Come runs very nice, very pretty. You know, your mediocre machine. Walking along lake was very quiet. You know what I have? I have a distinctive. You're making sure you don't forget. Oh, don't worry. Well, we're playing more of this game eventually, so. I have a distinctive memory of Kingdom Come Deliverance where the first one, some like old guy in plate armor. Some old guy in plate armor came up to me and was like, "Don't do the thing," or something. And I said, "Fuck you." And then what proceeded was fucking like a clown show of me chasing him. Like, I fought him, and then eventually he started running away. I fought him through cheese. He started running away, and I chased him across half the fucking Czech countryside, hitting him every once in a while with my sword until he finally died, so I could just take his armor.
Hi, honey. I'm Dazzle. What can I do for you? Or to you? Every night's ladies' night here.
You ever spend time with a trooper named what?
Yeah, he used to come around here a lot. Haven't seen him in a while, though. Why?
He's gone missing.
He used to go on and on about water and the farms east of the Strip. He was talking to one of the farmers named Bascom. Had some problem with NCR. Boring as hell, but it was his money and his time. So I let him talk about whatever.
How many half-sisters, semi-cousins, and whatnot does Moira have in Fallout? Half the women look like her. Listen. Everyone is weird, and everyone looks kind of potato-like in this game. And in... You know what? I'm going to say, of all of, like... I think that the characters in Fallout 3 and New Vegas look the most human. And... I think, like... It's weird, because, like, Oblivion, they all look weird. Fallout 3, New Vegas, I think they look okay. Like I said, most human in terms of Bethesda titles and, like, stuff. Skyrim, they look really weird. They look so, like, rough and dirty in Skyrim. And same with Fallout 4. And then everyone turns into a mannequin in Starfield. Everyone's like a fucking... Everyone's got like a glass-eyed look on their face.
You're too well respected for my business.
That Reddit mod looks like an Oblivion NPC. Oh, that's so mean. Have you heard of the High Elves? I can see... Oh, no, I can see him say that. Oh. Playing the first one, having some duel with some noble in plate armor. One attempt with a sword took me like 10 minutes. I got angry and pulled out a hammer, and he bonked him twice. He ragdolled immediately. I remember something else. You're bringing up memories of the time I played Kingdom Come, the first one. There was I eventually got a suit of plate armor and like a two-handed sword, and I remember having to kill some like bandits at a mine or something like that. And I remember walking. It was actually really cool. It was like I had a full set of I almost said power armor, a full set of plate armor. I put my like the cover, the visor of the helmet down, and I pull out the sword. And these bandits are like wearing like at best like leather or like what are they called? Like the studded, the thing that like made out of cloth that's studded. And they just have like swords and maybe a bow, and they're like shooting their arrows at me, and they're like ricocheting off the plate armor, and I'm just going up to them and cutting them down, and they can't fucking stop me. I'm like the medieval equivalent of like a Terminator, and it was actually pretty cool.
Howdy. Something I can help you with? Yes.
Brigandine, yes.
He said he was looking into the water shortage, but I haven't heard back from him. Got the feeling he wasn't here in any official way. White was talking to me about computer stuff and water delivery schedules through the pipes, but I'm just a farmer. Tech stuff is beyond me. The last person I saw him talking to was Lieutenant Romanowski. Romanowski's around here somewhere. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
Adios.
What is it?
Corporal White. Need to
Corporal
find
White
him.
is currently solving the mystery of the great water shortage. Tried to convince me he had proof even. I didn't buy any of it. He went over to West Side to talk to Tom Anderson. Anderson's a follower of the apocalypse. Helps the people in West Side grow crops or something.
Crops in West Side. The apparent water shortage can't be a coincidence then.
I really don't see the connection. Look, I'm a soldier, not a scientist.
So this guy
I
has
just do
less
my
than
job.
6 intellect.
He's a glory hound, always looking for a way to get promoted to ranger. Thinks he's too good to be a regular trooper like the rest of us. Haven't seen him. Serves him right if the NCR declares him AWOL.
All right. Enclave. Oh, I think is this like a whorehouse? Right, it is.
Tom Anderson, can I help you?
Heard Corporal White here came here to investigate a water shortage?
No one by that name has come here, I'm afraid. You must have heard wrong. You can ask around if you like. They'll all tell you the same thing.
It was easy to figure out that the NCR water shortage problem points to you. Save me some time, will you?
Fair enough. Since you seem to have pieced it together, I won't insult you by denying it any further. I killed Corporal White to protect West Side self-reliance. It was rash.
All right, that was a bit stupid to
and
just
I regret
admit.
it now. We don't have money to pay for the water, so I rigged a pump station to divert water to the local cisterns from time to time.
I'd rather not turn you in. Someone else might come looking for White. If I don't turn you in, will you stop stealing NCR water? You don't need to. You need to answer.
If the NCR thinks White was killed by, say, members from the Scorpions gang, it may be enough for them to close the case.
It could be simpler to just kill you.
Then you...
Whoa, whoa, careful!
Oh. This is one of those famous New Vegas bucks. This guy just took a 12.7 millimeter round to the chest and just kind of shrugged it off. See a ghoul? He just needs a little ghoul juice and he'll be fine. Oh look, it's mean son of a bitch.
Hi again.
I have to play some Siege 2 AM after being severely dehydrated. Sounds great. Have a good night. Max suffering. Clues in the name. Have a good one. What's the Superman doing in a place like this?
I wash my bone. Wisibe. I have Bogo. Phoebe's a rope. Goodbye.
Once again, another person watching this stream that is not even on the same continent as me. I don't understand it. Okay, this one talks as with that stuff in his mouth. I'm pretty sure it's like he's missing his tongue is the thing, and that's why he's supposed to talk like that. Yeah, they cut his tongue there. I think he's one of the few NPCs in this game that has a 10 in all special stats. He's mean son of a bitch.
You're back. Don't tell me. He married the hooker.
He was killed by a man named Anderson, caught stealing water from the NCR.
Anderson. I've heard of him if it's the same guy. Water nerd from the Followers of the Apocalypse.
Thank God the
Used to
TV show
handle
writers
some
didn't
of
use
the
that as
operations
an
for
excuse to have them all
OSI.
speak like that. Well, you don't
I don't know what to
understand.
think about the
They don't even
Followers,
know that that
the
character
things they
exists
do.
because they never played the
Hard
games.
to say if they're helping or
See,
hurting
the thing is that
sometimes, especially in
everything
Freeside.
wrong with the
I'll have
Fallout
to
show,
send some
one of the
people out
ways
there
you
to make
could
sure we don't
just
lose any more
make it
water.
up or like
That stuff's like
rationalize
gold
it
out
is,
here.
oh, they never played any
But
of the
you,
games.
I owe you for this. You saved me a lot. We.
They never played any of the games. So that's why everything is a complete fucking total clusterfuck. Reddit said it's accurate to the games. Reddit also thinks Reddit is still like furiously angry. Like they still think the game is a criticism of capitalism. Like it's so you know what is so fucking funny? Tim Kaine said it's not a criticism of capitalism. Emil Pagliarulo even went, yeah, it's not a criticism of capitalism. A rare case of a clock, a broken clock being right twice a day. And I want to say that recently, I think it was Chris Avalon was also like, oh yeah, it's not a critique of capitalism. Death of the Author, though? No, you see, Death of the Author is only used by people, not only, I'm not going to be, Death of the Author is essentially just used as a cudgel to be able to dismiss a creator's opinion on their own work if the person doesn't agree with it. So, if you're like a Reddit-brained moron who thinks that everything is like anti-capitalist, you use Death of the Author when the creator says, no, you're wrong. And you go, well, my headcanon is I'm right. That and media literacy are just shoehorned excuses to shoehorn the capitalism bad ideology. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I am not against anti-capitalism is a very popular theme with massive media conglomerates. Yeah. Fallout is a critique of humans. Just some people think that all human things are somehow unique to certain isms. Yeah, like I was gonna say, I have no issue if a piece of media actually wants to critique communism or capitalism or fascism or, you know, any sort of other kind of like nationalism, thisism, thatism, whatever. That's fine. But you can't just fucking it's like, again, the only thing these people have, the people who do that, they have the one hammer. And the hammer is capitalism bad, and so every fucking thing is a capitalism bad now. And so every piece of media, everything they watch, everything they consume, they go into it with a lens of, well, capitalism bad, everyone knows capitalism bad is my thing that I'm just like obsessed with. So everything is going to be capitalism bad. I will fucking stretch myself you know, so far to somehow make everything about capitalism bad. And it's like, can you fucking stop? Ugh.
Those medical supplies...
Here is your books.
Both of them? Wow, that's very resourceful. Thank you.
Cyberpunk is
I think
out
that's
there.
just
It's
about
late-stage
covers.
capitalism critique, and
Really
not
don't
this,
know
the game, or not the game, the genre. No. Well, I think you could do an anti-capitalism critique in any sort of genre if you like, if that's what you want to make it. Like any genre could be. I find like, you know, some would probably be easier to do than others, but you could do it in anything. You know, you essentially could tell like any kind of story in any kind of genre. It's just that some are going to lend themselves to things better than others, and it's going to be a challenge to do it in some types. But you could if you want to. But, like, not everything is, like, your personal political bugbear. I think it's much more cynical than that. The fuckwits the fuckwits see that screaming on Twitter, say it so that they think it's what people want, and as long as they get a paycheck at the end of the day, they don't care about the hypocrisy. They'll just believe what it's meant to be. Oh, it's all so tiresome. And it's like, it's not, Fallout was never a critique of capitalism. Not everything is a critique of capitalism. Again, whenever someone says that Fallout is a critique of capitalism, it's like, I'm gonna just be like, oh, you didn't play the games. You didn't play the game. You are the most tourist of tourists. You know, it's either you didn't play the games, or like you're just so ideologically possessed that you cannot ever switch off of like your politic sort of eyeglasses. Like, you just shut up. Just read the first line of Fallout 2's intro. The end of the world, it's like the details trivial, the matter or the reasons purely human. It's like it doesn't matter. I saw an interesting thing. Do you remember when the Master saying he wanted to turn everyone into a super mutant to satisfy the shareholders and increase profit by 2%? It's funny because, like, these people, it's like, you know, the people who are very anti-capitalist are very communist, or often collectivist at the very least. I'm not gonna say all of them are, but, like, the Master is a extremely collectivist perspective. What is the name of the Master's group? It's the Unity. He wants to make everyone into super mutants, everyone into these, like, essentially very similar kind of like homogenous monsters, as if like that's the better step of evolution. You know, it's, you know, that's one way to read it. I don't think it's a critique necessarily of like socialism or communism or any sort of collectivism necessarily, but like it's a very collectivist ideology. There's a lot of money to be made at the end of the world. Lock a person in the basement, put Fallout 1 and 2 intro in a loop for 72 hours. Saw an interesting comment of someone talking, I think it was on a video about the recent episode of the Fallout show, where someone was pointing out that like Bethesda and the showrunners really seem to be obsessed with the pre-war, and like the pre-war and how the war happened and like who's responsible for it. Where like in the previous games, the pre-war thing was like, pre-war stuff was like, it was a backdrop, you know, and there were certain characters and interactions with people from the pre-war or other pre-war stuff. But like in general, pre-war stuff was mostly like just background stuff. But like in the Fallout show especially, like every character is like the ghoul is from the pre-war. Like, all these characters have survived from the pre-war. Lucy's dad is from the pre-war. They're freezing people, like, everywhere. Norm thaws out an entire vaults where, like, 30 people who are all pre-war. Like, everyone's pre-war. It's all about the pre-war. It's all about, like, before the nuclear war. It's all about, like, what happened. It's all about figuring out who did it. And it's like, what are you, like, why are you so obsessed with this shit? You know, it's no longer special that someone is from the pre-war or, like, has been alive for that long. Pre-war suck, doesn't have to be honest, they just don't have the honesty to represent it. It was US bad, China bad equal bad outcome. Let's move on to the present. Syphilitic ravages. Later series Game of Thrones, the world starts feeling incredibly small. It's just, like... It's interesting, like... It is interesting that, like... that is a good way to put it, where everyone is... It does feel small, where it's like... Oh, everyone knew everyone, and, like, all these characters are, like, pre-war and post-war and shit. Like, okay. In the latest episode, the ghoul's wife, Barbara, gets, like, subtly threatened by an Enclave member in the elevator. Is it like a new character? Is it just like a random, like, Enclave member? No, it's the fucking guy from the first season. Because of course it is. Who also happened to make it into the post-war. And it's like, couldn't it be someone else? You know, like, fuck me. You know, it's someone. I want to say it was he looks older pre-war. Well, unfortunately, linear time is still existing in our world. Someone pointed. It was Kretosis who pointed out that, like, the Great War is like Order 66 in Star Wars, where, like, seemingly, like, every Jedi survived it. Like, oh, the Jedi were wiped out by Order 66, except all of these characters that haven't been wiped out by Order 66. And it's the same thing. It's like the nuclear war destroyed everything, except all of these people who just conveniently lived. You know, and it's especially crazy because, like, it's an even crazier comparison because in the Star Wars lore, it's like, depending on when you're setting it, it's like, yeah, might only be maybe 20, 30 years since Order 66. Yeah, that's fine. Someone could conceivably, like, you know, especially if they're an alien or something, they could conceivably manage to hide and, like, live for that long, even if they're a human. You know, if they were, like, 20 years old, they'd be, like, 50. Whatever, that's reasonable. But then in Fallout, it's 2 centuries. It's 2 centuries, and there's people are just, like, everywhere from the pre-war. Like, you have to... 2 centuries is... If you consider an average human lifespan 80 years, that's 2.5 human lifetimes. And they're just, like, everyone survived. Like, everyone was frozen. They were just handing out fucking cryo freezers to put, like, people in left, right, and center. It's... My God. There's a common joke after Fallout 4 release that is in-universe Enclave propaganda. Just what a world. What a game. What a series. What a show. I look forward to the next few episodes. Also, like, I don't know. There's, like, barely any, like... Oh, like, what are we gonna have, like... God, I'm just thinking of the show now. It's the one that makes Moldover is the one that makes the least sense. She was not well connected and possibly shunned from society for being a commie and still lives. Well, you see, they needed to have her there for purposes, so she lived. She somehow found a way to get into a cryo MacGuffin. I just, like, and like, I'm just thinking of, like, where are the random fiend? Hello. I was thinking of like, what was it, 2 episodes ago in the show? They had the whole scene in Alaska where Cooper Howard fucking finds a Deathclaw. They spawn from the sewer grate? Oh. And like, Cooper Howard finds like a ghoul in a Deathclaw in Alaska. And was that there literally just to set up? Like, what is that gonna have a payoff? Because it's there to set up that the ghoul has seen a Deathclaw before. I don't know why it necessarily needed to be a pre-war Deathclaw. And then also, like, Mr. House brings it up to him. So Mr. House, when he sees it, when the ghoul meets him in the Lucky 38, Mr. House explains that because of his contracts, he had access to Cooper Howard's armor camera from Anchorage, and also saw what he calls the demon in the snow, the Deathclaw. Is it just supposed to be like, oh, it was the Enclave, which, like, no shit, you said it. You had the super mutant in the next episode say that it's the Enclave. Quick to the high quality, well-built Vel. You can, yeah, yeah, you can settle America with America. You can rebuild American glory after the dust settles. Yeah, that's a funny way to look at it. What is that gonna have an ending? I wonder if that's gonna have like a point. Them having the Deathclaw. Like, is it just gonna be that, like, is he gonna shoot a Deathclaw? Are they gonna have a fucking point? Like, I am so surprised, like, that the Legion has not been brought up again. They were brought up in 1 episode. 2, I guess 2 if you count the ending of the one, like, the ending where they kidnap her or capture Lucy. But then the next episode is their episode. There hasn't been anything from the Legion since, and you can. But, like, and that's the thing, it's like, oh, there's some Legionaries, you see some Legionaries, yeah, but they're just there as, like, fucking background props. Like, there's not actually a point to them. You know? Okay, yeah, was it literally just, like, a cameo? Like, are they gonna show up again in either the next episode or the last episode? And are they just going to be, like, blown up? Like, are they just gonna be killed? Like, are they gonna somehow, is the Legion gonna somehow show up at, like, the Strip or at Freeside or whatever? Because I think that's what it's gonna be. Like, I have a feeling it's gonna be like, oh, the Brotherhood is gonna show up to the Strip, and then the Enclave, or not the Enclave, the Legion's gonna show up to the Strip, and then there's gonna be like a couple Protectrons, or excuse me, Securitrons left at the Strip, and they're gonna have like a fight, and they're all gonna die and blow up, and I don't know. Like, is there anything gonna happen with the Commonwealth? Like, the whole Brotherhood plotline was just like dropped. The Brotherhood, like, they were afraid of the Commonwealth coming to kill them for some reason. Maximus kills the Commonwealth's messenger or envoy, and then they all devolve into fighting each other, and then Maximus just dips with the fucking cold fusion, and then, like, is that going to be a plot? Are they going to show up too? Or is it going to be like so? Oh my god! So we already know that there's going to be like the Enclave. Either they're going to be revealed. I'm so curious if the Enclave is going to be a season 3 thing, or if they're going to try to jam it into the last 2 episodes of a season. Are the Enclave going to be set up as a stinger for the next season, or are they just going to be revealed and defeated in the next hour and a half worth of episode? The Enclave kills Lucy's father and Mr. House. I feel like Mr. House is not gonna, like, I don't know. Mr. House is not gonna, probably not going to, like, make it to the end of this season, which is probably, like, or at least not make it to the next one, like, which is insane, because it's a waste of the character and the actor. Like, what's his name? Justin Theroux or whatever. He looks the part. I'm gonna say it's a bad character, but, like, he looks good, and he's a decent actor from what I've seen. But, like, is it just gonna be, like, thrown away? Because I don't think I think they want to keep what's-his-face, Lucy's dad, the actor, Kyle MacLachlan. They want to keep him around because I think they like him. And, you know, he's a good actor, and he's playing the terrible role well, but, like, they want to probably keep him around because they like him. I don't know, like, is the stinger going to be the Enclave, or is it, I'm still partially convinced, maybe not convinced is the right word, partial to the idea that, like, somehow Liberty Prime is going to be in the Stinger. That, like, what's going to happen is at the very end, the Commonwealth Brotherhood is going to show up. Somehow they've managed to make it 2,000 miles or whatever the fuck. They're going to show up, and you know what it is? Their big airship is going to have Liberty Prime hanging from beneath it. They're going to have him, like, suspended via cables. And that's how they've transported him across the wasteland. Liberty Prime, the same thing that talks shit about communists, huh? Well, you see, well, two things are going to happen if they have, or a couple things could happen if they have Liberty Prime. One, he just doesn't say those things. Or two, he says those things, and then the people will go, well, Chud, it's making fun of you. It's making fun of you because look how stupid it is that he's saying all these anti-communist things. And it's like, you know, I think I can... They'll do a reveal shot of Liberty Prime, and it'll be a hecking epic cliffhanger. Oh, God. Oh, I can see it now. I can see my recommendations on YouTube being filled with videos of people reacting to the episode with Liberty Prime in the thumbnail and faces going like this. You know? Like, yeah, I can see that. Big bold text on the thumbnail saying peak, best thing, amazing, oh my god, Liberty Prime, question mark, exclamation point. Jesus Christ. His hope and optimism gone. That's me. This is how I feel. I feel fine. I feel fine. There's just a floating junction box here. That's cool. What? Mods fun. I don't care anymore. You're just watching the crash. It's just shocking how... It's shocking how bad it is the thing. It is shocking that it's like... It is like this much of a... It's like... It's such an abortion of, like, writing the show. And, like, it's so hard to be like, incompetence or malice? Are they fucking stupid or are they malicious? Like, I don't know. It's like it's imagine this, the show is almost a case of if you told me to make the worst adaptation of Fallout, the show might be close to that. Like, it's like if you said, like, purposefully make something terrible that just annihilates everything, it's pretty close. Like, this is like, this is pretty close. You can refill these bottles, make them into water. Like, it's pretty close. Like, it's a fucking catastrophe. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it might be, there have been way too many franchises destroyed for it to be incompetence. I don't know, people are pretty dumb. See, there's a way to say it, there's a way to do it, like that, there's a way to argue the difference, or the way that it feels malicious but also feels stupid, potentially, is that someone malicious hires people who are incompetent to make something terrible. Incompetence would produce good results every once in a while. You know, broken clock kind of thing, I guess. I feel like, part of it feels a little tinfoil hat to me. Part of it feels, I think maybe then it's like, apathy. Apathy would be a good, maybe not apathy, but like, I guess just like, yeah, they don't care. I think that would be the way to say it, is that maybe, and you could argue then if they don't care, it is malice, because it could be a case of like, they do not give a shit about the source material. They don't give a shit about Fallout, about the series, about any of the actual content of the lore, any of the games. They think that it is beneath them. They think that it is beneath them and that it is shit and terrible and like it's a video game. It's stupid shit for children. It's all retarded. There's no way. These people probably do not think that a video game could tell a good story, that it could have an interesting world. And I think from there they don't care to maintain something that they have no respect for. You know what I mean? It's like they don't think it is good, and therefore why should they give a shit about maintaining what it is like? You know, about giving a shit about maintaining the tone, maintaining themes, maintaining lore and history and established facts about the world. They don't care because they don't think it's good. They think it's shit garbage. And so you could argue from that is that in a way is I guess malice. It is kind of malicious. You know, they have such little respect for this. And so, yeah. If the fans don't care, the writers do not care, especially coming from... Well, I think that's... and maybe that's the thing, is like... Or, you know, maybe I'm being too cynical, and maybe I should look to good old Emil Pagliarulo. Maybe it's a case of these people do think that they're like actually spinning gold. Again, it comes now that we're coming back to incompetence. Again, it can be either one. It's just you would have to be able to like talk to the people who make this show and like have like a truth serum or something, you know, and like to get the truth out of them. But like it could be that they're just lying to their teeth when they say that they care and that they're making something good and all that, and they're just making shit because they don't give a shit. Or it could be they're incompetent. They're like Emil, where Emil thinks he's spinning gold whenever he types out the garbage he writes. And they think they're making something amazing, and that they're actually making something so good and that is totally in line with whatever they think the games are, because they clearly haven't played the games. They have some idea of what they are, but who knows how that's been influenced. You know, we've heard things like certain actors and stuff saying that they might have played a little bit of the games. Oh, they watched like lore videos on the internet. So who knows what their idea of the games are, you know, but like it's they could just be incompetence, you know. It's clear like they don't have anyone on the team that is like a lore checker. They don't have anyone who is like the guy or the group of people to be like, does this make sense in the world? You know, no, they don't have that, because they just do things whatever. Like they take the name and the appearance of something and then just completely strip everything else and fill it with whatever crap they want. They're not great writers. Look into the IMDb, writers haven't really made anything of note. Again, incompetence is... Again, it's what's his face? It's Hanlon's razor. Never attribute to malice, which can be explained by incompetence or stupidity. And I do think it is incompetence or stupidity. I think they're just bad. I think the people who make this stuff are bad. These people didn't get there because of their merit. They got there because of who they know. Their friends or their family or their you know, they know someone who knows someone or whatever. You know, they got onto one thing to write one thing, and then now they're officially like a writer for Hollywood or whatever, and so they can write all this other shit. You know? And if someone goes, oh, well, actually... like, the person who came up with the idea or the writers, they're actually, like, really big fans. And I'm like, well, they clearly are just terrible then, because they can't write for shit. And, like, I don't know. I don't know how you could be a fan and create something like this. The lore specialist Oxhorn, TK Mantis shills, TK Shill Mantis. Hanlon's razor was broken against the armor of pattern recognition. Is that why Chief Hanlon has that name? I think Hanlon is also just a name, but maybe. Maybe if they do care about making things right, they would take their time to do it. I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where we could go over this forever. We could go, oh, it's incompetence. Oh, it's malice. Oh, it's incompetence. Oh, it's malice. And we'll never really know unless we can actually peer into their heads. Until we can act, you know, if we, like I said, we trap them in a room. We truth serum them. There's a wizard. There's a crystal ball or whatever, who, you know, we can, you know, actually divine the real, true, 100% true beliefs that they have about the thing that they have made. The set designers seem to care. Well, the set designers don't have a fucking excuse, because the set designers and the prop designers, like the prop department, they have no excuse. I'm not, like, that's one thing I will not give the show, is because, like, I will not give the show visuals. The show, they literally have, like, yeah, sure, the props look good. They're like, things look like nice for the most part, but like they have like 6 games worth of visual references. You know what I mean? This isn't like a case of adapting a book where, like, at most there might be like a couple sketches that like the author or like an illustrator did to like represent a character. These are games that are not only like old school, like they don't just have those old like isometric, very sort of more pixelated graphics. They have several games that are full 3D with character models that they can spin around and interact with, and all these different sort of ways of looking at all the different armor and gear and enemies and characters and locations, etc., etc. The iconography is the easiest thing to nail, especially when you're adapting a visual medium into another visual medium. You know, I've said this before, where it's not like something like a book. Adapting a book into a visual medium there's a bit more effort in adapting a book into a visual medium, because you have to go almost purely off of just descriptions. And so there's going to be a little bit of artistic liberties. You know, you're going to portray it like this instead of like this. How are you going to do it based off of the description? You know, adapting something like Song of Ice and Fire or like Dune or something, where you don't have visuals but you have descriptions, and so you have to be like, okay, how do we cast a character who looks like this? How do we make a place that looks like this? But like, you know, it still takes effort, but like it's a case of they should do it. Like, this isn't like, they have no excuse for it to not be good, because like, it's a case of like, yeah, you did your job. I'm not gonna give you points for the thing you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? You made the things look like the games. Good job. If you fucked that up, you are totally incompetent. Like, you know, you have fucking plentiful sources to make this look like the games. So, like, congrats. You were able to trace over someone else's work and, you know, translate it into fucking on screen. Good job. If you fuck that up, I don't know what to say. Congratulations, you managed to make a blue and yellow jumpsuit with numbers on the back. You know, like, oh. We'll never get Bethesda made all their games around this superficial aspect because it sells well. Yeah, well, I said as much. Their attempts at releasing physical merch. I said as much in my video, where it's like, if you stripped the iconography out of Fallout 4, it would be shit. It would be shit. You know, it would be like, everyone would it is shit. What I'm saying, like, everyone would realize it's shit. If you stripped out all of the iconography of Fallout 4, people would go like, oh wow, this kind of sucks. And it's like, yeah, it's just that you were too busy staring at the Deathclaws and the Super Mutants and the Brotherhood of Steel and the Vaults and the Pip-Boys and shit. The cat is bugging me. What do you want, Lola? Oh, anyway. We'll never get this again. This is it. Enjoy New Vegas, because this is the last good Fallout game.